Maybe just happens. How can we be quieter? Can you hear us okay, Griffin? Okay.
Can you hear me, Daddy?
Oh, that was cute, actually. Okay, we will wait. Now, Hayden's dropping a filthy mud pie in our bathroom. He's going to too small a piece.
Mud pie.
It's okay, yeah. Stop being a vibe to the piece. Jeez.
Everybody's going to my house.
You met my wife? You my secret. So, you jungle dog, your car. What's that?
He dies in the dark.
What's the currency rule? Yeah.
It's the updated currency stuff.
Under world lore, general knowledge. That is it. And that's it. Okay. You arrive at Port Athos, Lake Camia, in the southern Halkar region. Congratulations. Before you guys officially depart on the little mini boats that have to escort you to land, because, of course, Inare is a Denart, and Denarts are not allowed in the city, which we will cover now, before we actually talk what we're going to do with our Denart character here. But she will just say a poignant goodbye. She will say, "Don't be tricked by the port cities," and then just let you guys be on your way. What you guys? So I will kind of do this quick pitch. Maybe I'll pause these and do my real quick pitch in terms of the state of this city and how you are kind of expected to act. And then I'll be on with it. So obviously you're in Halaju, which is this kingdom right here, but they are currently subjugated under Amenhotep. This happened because they were, for thousands of years, they were lifelong friendly kingdoms, and then Hajim betrayed them by abolishing slavery, which was something they had in common, and all the other kingdoms were kind of pushing them into a corner, making them very good friends. And then Hajim abolished it and said, "We're still cool though, right?" And Amenhotep was like, "Yeah, we're still cool." And then Hajim sold out some of their secrets. So then Amenhotep decided to team up with Hajim's worst enemy, which is Dinartha. The enemy of my enemy is my friend type scenario. So Amenhotep went to Dinartha and said, "Hey, I'll lead Hajim with me into war against you, but then I'll just turn on him." That was the first betrayal war. Dinartha and Amenhotep turned on Hajim and won, and it was a win-win for Dinartha and Amenhotep because Dinartha got their worst enemy off their back, and Amenhotep got to subjugate their lifelong friend and put them back into slavery. So many of the Halju military generals, which are the Islamic dwarves, went through what are called Einthar trials. This was essentially rigorous trial to see if the Halju were actually sympathetic to the democratic push away from slavery, or if they still were kind of like the bros and holding it down. So that's what happened. And then a little bit later, Amenhotep now had Hajim's military power because they had them subjugated, went after the kingdom of Axelphage and subjugated them as well and took them over in war. So now you're entering into a place that is technically part of Hajim, but it's actually in Amenhotep. You're in Amenhotep's kingdom, but in a region of Hajim. And their slavery, Hajim slavery, has to do with their heightist. So anyone that is taller than the average dwarf, which is about 4 feet tall, is generally going to be considered to be not have Munadi status, which is the word for like short is Munadi. And then anyone above that will have Tifa status, which is slave status. The good news for you guys, for the most part, is you're in a port city where Hajim does not have, they don't enforce the laws of slavery on everyone that walks in. You're allowed to actually walk the city. Um, and so you guys technically would be allowed. However, the only two people that aren't allowed to be in the city because of their race is going to be, of course, our Denart friend here is Naha. I guess I should say the reason now I kind of ended with Denartha and Amenhotep being on the same side, but then immediately upon subjugating Kajim, Kajim's like, hey, why don't we just go take out Denartha? And he was like, yeah, sure. So then they turned and fought him. Whatever. So Denarts are not allowed in the city. You have one, so he would have to either have it go. You guys would have to overgo like a transformation with him, or have him pretend to be a slave.
I have the disguise ready
Okay,
for him.
great. The other person.
Yeah.
So white face.
Pretty much just give him white face. Or
Okay, yeah, you give me a disguise check. Additionally,
what's that?
I think we looked this up and it was intelligence plus if you have proficiency in the disguise kit. The other person would be Otwin. Otwin, you are very visibly a Axeline.
Yep,
5 total. Okay.
that is true.
Not just in like the way you look, but
Uniform.
in uniform. The more common thing now for the Axelines is, and I'm going to steal this from our last campaign, what do you yield? That's like the question that is asked whenever Axeline is seen. And really what they mean is like, what purpose do you serve for the greater of Amenhotep? Because Amenhotep will only allow Axelines not to be enslaved if they are mainly part of making them money.
Yes.
I also have a disguise for him.
Okay, what is that?
It was like some artificial ears, probably some stuff to cover up his insignias and armor.
Okay, make him look like a elf, half elf.
Half elf.
Okay. Awesome. There aren't that many white-skinned half elves.
Darken his skin
But-
a bit too.
Ooh, okay. Oh,
I don't know if I would like that.
yeah.
No, I would not go blackface at all.
Okay. Good job.
Well, you might need to.
I am saying I'm not going.
Okay, sure. But you could still say that you're from Lalatula if you wanted. But you guys should probably
Yeah.
figure out what your plan is going into the city, and I'll allow you guys to do that before you officially step on ground. Have a few conversations about how you guys want to go about that.
Well, I think they're all looking for the same person.
Cassius, right?
Great.
Otwin, why don't you just stay close to me?
I will do my best.
When we get there, or can I try to identify where maybe secret hideouts might be, or where
Yeah.
the thieves
So that's
might hang out?
that's the most amount of preparation you guys wanted to do in terms of how you're going to portray yourselves as the group. That's fine. I just didn't want to throw you to the wolves before I've given you a chance to.
Yeah,
Look
well,
Got
at
a
it, but that's fine.
disguise.
No mind.
yes.
He's got his disguise.
What's the
Yes.
purpose for being in the city if we could ask?
We need to say it's a port city, so there's a lot of people traveling through. We just say we're on our way through and we're making a stop.
I'm
here.
nomadic. I'm always on the move.
What did you get on his roll, Eric? Or go ahead, give me another disguise roll.
20.
What? All right. Nice.
Pure elf. Yes.
Pure elf,
White
Lolatulian
elf.
elf. I will say, you would probably even be viewed as Munadi because small scales are recognized as Munadi status.
Munadi is
Essentially slaver
Owner.
slave
owner.
owner.
It's small,
Maybe he
short,
just
yeah.
owns us.
No, I'm not being a slave.
You're
Right.
not technically a slave.
Nope.
You're-
Not gonna act as a slave either.
He's got a good disguise.
He says that, and you guys look up, and there's like blotches of blue skin, like here and there, and like
Oh,
Skaith, maybe you should wear your cloak down over your face. Yeah.
That's funny, Griffin. That caught me off guard.
How are the slaves?
Staring into her
Do
hand.
the slaves need to be like chained and like
No.
with the slaver at all times, or
no.
are they kind of like?
They can just kind of be paraded around, but mainly like no eye contact. They're not going to be interacting with people. They shouldn't be walking behind you. It's small stuff like that.
Okay.
Also, you do understand that if you have a slave, you're going to have some sort of paperwork for them. Yeah. Okay.
Whoa.
Yeah, dude.
I'm the biggest one of all of us, so I'm gonna be considered a slave. So,
You wouldn't. You technically you might have. You believe that because it's a port city, you're not directly going to be asked to be like a Volatulian can walk around in the city, no problem. There might be some areas which I'll explain that you might not be able to go if you don't have Lunati status, but the same would go for him. Like you two are not going to have to worry about like getting thrown into chains unless they find out who you truly are. But you, for the most part, you'll be fine.
stay with me.
Forgery kit. Yeah. Go ahead and give me a forgery kit. Are you going to keep on the little disguise that Thane has given you, or are you going to attempt to?
I have proficiency in forgery kits. Could I help him?
Do you have proficiency?
No.
Oh,
Oh, so you don't even have a forgery kit? No.
mm-mm. Okay.
If you-
Yeah, it's going to be pretty hard. Um, I will allow. I'm just going to do a raw intelligence check, and we can roll it on our end here. What is your Yeah, what are your modifications? It's 14. I got something else will actually be first. Okay, that is a 14. You did your best to guess about what it would look like, but it does not look official. Okay. Great. You guys are now going to step off the docks if that's it. And I will explain when you get there, you'll be handed a few brochures that will explain the several regions of Port Papa. Oh, great. The file size is too large.
We
I
rested.
need to snip it.
We were rested, correct?
Yes, you have rested.
Just we fought big water being.
Yeah, the trench thresher.
Yes.
Great.
You just said what this is, right?
Yes, I did. And now I will explain each region in numerical order. As you guys arrive, you immediately what will hit you, for those of you that have never been to a regime, is going to be the sense of smell, and the sounds and the visuals are very vibrant and cultured. From every other stand seems to be selling some sort of spice rack with weird indigenous plants. Other places have people just dancing like in circles with ribbons draped along their arms and behind them. Music is playing at most corners. Outside of this being a slave city, you think it actually represents a decent amount of diverse culture for these people. But then those words that you hear Inare said, "Don't be fooled by the port city," ring through your head. The first location that you are not in, but you can see just across, is the Iron Branch. The Iron Branch is a actual iron island that is man-made, and it's the intrajectory of the Amen and the Halaju government presence here at Port Athos. It holds a small trade route from one side of Lake Athos to another. That's that road that goes right through it, as well as the military barracks for the entire city of there. Several like guard towers, ballistas are mounted, and military boats are ready to take off out of these specific ports need be. Additionally, there's a town directory there. It does tell you that this is a Munadi section only, so this is going to be only people that will be able to get in are going to
Which
be.
number is for that?
This is number 1.
Number 1?
Yeah, the Iron Branch. So that's what that's going to be.
Where did we land?
You landed at number 2, which I will hit you with next.
Okay.
Yeah, no worries. I don't know why I didn't do it in that order, but
That's why I was.
Yeah.
I was like, wait, did we land there? That's going to be a problem.
yeah. No, are you right? You're going to be at the Mathu Memorial Passage.
Okay.
This is a stretch along the water that has all the merchant stalls, and is by far the busiest. There's shoulder to shoulder people bumping. As soon as you guys get off, you almost have to look at each other and make sure you're not going to get lost in the crowd.
Keep an eye on your pockets.
Yeah, you'll say that. You'll kind of say it over the loud hum of people that are here. This stretches along both ways. You can find several shops here, should you so choose to look for it. You guys will also be informed nextly about Holiday Lane, number 3, which is in the top left of the map there. Holiday Lane is past the Iron Branch and off the docks under the giant bridge, here it is a commemorative path of Halaju and Amen history, leading up to a massive holiday estates, which are vineyards and a massive mansion owned by the Halaju 1%. You are warned you may not be allowed all the way up to the actual estates if you come here, but anyone is welcome to walk that and learn about the history of Amenhotep and Hajim. 4th is Munadi Town. This is on the other side of the bridge. Here, if you want to get in, your slaver status, Munadi status, will be confirmed, and then you would be allowed to be let in to the region of the Munadis or the actual citizens of Hajim. Here, there is thriving local communities with high quality status of living, nice houses, quality, good shops are going to be found here. Not going to be like your jacked up tourist prices like it's going to be at the Mathu Memorial Passage. And lastly, number 5, you can kind of tell it's caged in. Oh, here, caged. Oh no, we're gonna caged in. Oh my God, that's not even on. Sorry, has that not been on the whole time?
Yes.
I've been
zoomed in on
I
stuff.
said same.
the map. It's okay.
I mean, I think the map is
It's good that I have.
Pick it down.
I've been zooming in on all this stuff, zooming around. Damn it, I don't want.
Are you screen playing from your iPad, like Discord?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. Yeah, let me know next time. Thanks, guys. Next is Tifa Town, accessible from the docks at the Mothroom Memorial Passage. And Munadi Town. This is the workers' district of Port Athos. Here, the quote-unquote Tifa Kalars are the lowest members of society. Their ecosystem of survival is found here, though there is little reason to visit this area, as Halaju Munadis try to hide it from the tourists by a giant wall that encloses them, so you don't actually look and are just watching slaves work the whole time. I also mentioned what slavery is like in Hajim, but you are in Amenhotep too, so I will inform you guys that Amenhotep have religious slavery, so they subjugate their people and tell them that if they work hard for the churches, then they will just get into the afterlife. And that's where you will reap all of the benefits for your hard work. Great. You guys are at the Mathu Memorial Passage. When you step off, one like weird humming background sound keeps purveying over each thought. It's like this ting, ting. Yeah, it's pretty far off, but other than that, it's almost like your nose is taking you in one direction, your ears are taking you in another. Everyone is bumping into each other. For the most part, you can see over most everyone's heads, with the exception of Thane here, which is kind of nice. You probably, Hotwind, would see a human that's actually a very burly, stocky human just walking past you as the group. And that would maybe catch you off guard. He doesn't look like he is your typical conventional like rich Axeling, so he just walks right past.
He's an Axeling.
He's a human. He's a large human, framed human, but you don't know. He does have the muscles and toned muscles that you would imagine a worker actually would have, but you're not sure.
Walks past, chain, unchained.
He doesn't seem to be chained.
Where did he go?
He walks down and then he's gonna turn a corner. Would you like to attempt to follow him?
Yes.
Stealthily?
Sure.
Okay, give me a stealth check. Or I would allow survival if you're, I guess, tracking him around.
I'm just
several
gonna keep
meters.
watching him.
You're gonna follow?
Yeah, I know. I'm gonna watch it.
Yeah, it's shoot.
Well, that was that's
5. Yes.
Come on.
Admiral's cap. Yes, you can. Yes. You'll kind of find him, and then he'll turn a corner. You'll probably call it 5-6 seconds behind him, and once you turn, he's just not there anymore. There are like 2 or 3 avenues he could have gone, but he's just missing.
I'm gonna put my hand on Otwit's shoulder and be like, "Do you want to follow him or not?"
well, I lost him, so it doesn't matter.
There are ways.
Ways that I know of. Just curious. Look, you want to try thing? So,
I mean, you don't really have much of a sign of him right now.
no, he's very kind of
Alright.
disappeared, right?
Yeah.
Maybe I'll see him again. So,
Um,
just looks like Conrad.
I do
Don't
have
run
a.
off like that.
You will turn around, and I would say that Skate here, you guys will catch him just staring up at this massive tapestry work of a portrait. You will find these pretty much all along the street here, and Skate is staring at it almost like oddly. And then this is the figure that you guys are staring at. You guys can give me a history check to be able to see if you know who this character is. But
Some of us or
anyone who wants to, yeah. And then whoever thinks the thing, go for it. Yeah, doesn't matter. And then Griffin, a Munadi Halaju will just walk by you and say, "Eyes down." Yes. He told you to eyes down, not to be looking up at the poster of this person. Okay, what did we get on the check?
11.
And what did you get? Okay, you guys would know that this is the Mafu that the memorial passage was named after, and you would know that he was the military general for the day that Amenhotep Hajim got betrayed by Amenhotep. So he was there at the very start of the first betrayal war. Yeah. Somebody will walk up and kind of like the hubbub of everybody. As you guys have kind of formed a little tight-knit circle here, somebody will kind of break that circle and say, excuse me. And this is the character that approaches you. Doesn't look like to be a merchant, over a beggar. You guys have been approached by several people so far, but not this aggressively that somebody would like walk up. But there's been people like, hey, somebody here. But this guy actually breaks your little circle. And he says, solve the murder, make a lifelong friend. Yes?
Why not?
not a fan of puzzles.
Yeah. Is anyone going to pick him up on it? Okay.
That's not like
It will say,
Maybe making sure like we're watching.
okay, give me a perception check.
This guy's not like a distraction. That should be 2.
A 2? Okay. You don't know, so you're probably a little suspicious. Like, if you had felt confident about somebody doing something, what would your reaction have been?
What do you mean?
If you had thought that somebody was potentially trying to steal from you guys.
I'd let them know.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll say that maybe you interrupt them once or twice about, like, hey, that guy. But then nothing really comes of it as the people continue walking by. But the man will then say, okay, here's my written. What creature has lived life backwards? What creature has lived backwards? What creature has lived backwards?
Creatures live life back.
Not life, just lived backwards.
Lived backward.
Yeah, what creature has lived backwards?
Backwards.
And he goes, incorrect, my friend. And he goes, you let him speak up like this. He was not being talked to. You do not reprimand him.
No,
Why not?
I'm currently not owning him.
Who is?
No one at the moment.
He is a free man.
Yes.
Okay, and you look like a Denart, right?
No,
He doesn't?
I don't.
No, he's talking about him. He's talking about Griffin's character.
Oh,
Skip.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. A little bit.
He's full blue. And so you're going to say he's free?
Mhm.
And he's going to say, he's going to take a deep breath, exhale, and he's going to say, what creature has lived backwards? He almost looks a little frustrated that you had said that.
Can I look at if he has any, like, attacks and stuff? Like, see if there's could be any hints on him?
Yeah, give me an investigation check.
Creatures live.
19.
19. Everything on him looks oddly like fake in its origin. It just looks like it's just stuff that just doesn't look like anyone would ever really need. Just like bundles of cloth,
Looks like a costume.
weird ragged. It really looks like a costume. What creature is lived backwards?
Is live?
His has.
Is has does.
What do you define as a creature?
And he goes, something that is not like you. If you ever figure this out, I will be here.
Would I know of any creatures?
And he goes, no, my friend. And before he turns away, he's gonna lean in, and he says, and his accent drops a little, and he says, "You should really quiet him down." And
What do you mean it dropped? And what did it drop to?
that, like he was kind of, and then he goes, you should really make sure he doesn't talk, and somebody needs to own him." And he just turns, what? As he says as he walks away, is the backward, and he keeps walking.
Hmm. Slave.
And he goes, no, you're too hard. And then he just like does like the fake approach to people, and everyone just like, no, when he's going to sell something as he's walking away.
I don't know.
Well, if it comes to you, he'll always be there.
Okay.
And if you guys want, I could allow one person to make an investigation, or I'll say a performance check to see if they have heard of how often have they heard of riddles or anything.
Terrible performance. Good investigation. Bad performance.
Performance. Okay. 10? I mean, you think the only hint he was trying to give you is saying that you're thinking about it too hard, but
Thinking about it too hard.
but all that's left in the air is that ding, ding, and then everyone also just kind of coldering and buzzing past you.
What is that tingling?
Does it sound like a
Like a bell?
No, it sounds more like a pick on metal or something, or pick on stone.
I would probably know that sound very accurately.
Yeah, you're gonna follow. Is that what you're saying? Oh, you would know that sound.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would tell you it sounds almost exactly like that.
possibly be the slaves over at Cheetah.
Probably. Yeah. Probably. Is it very like on pace, on beat,
No,
or is it like
it's scattered,
Scattered.
sporadic.
well? Should we visit shops? Is there anything you guys need, or should we look for the hut?
The forgery kit might be nice if we're doing our endeavors.
I'll keep an eye out for that big burly guy that I saw. That
Okay.
they're walking around.
Great. As you guys turn corners and you walk around, not going to investigate that sound, you will. Everyone will give me an investigation check just as you walk around, look at shops, look, kind of poke your head in here, poke your head in there. Not rolling nice.
For the investigation.
Okay.
30-20.
10.
10 was our highest?
No, 30-20.
Oh, dirty 20. I didn't hear that. Nice. Okay. You will walk and you will remember one time when you were in the caves mining away. You remember one of your friends made a silly joke that was like, "Look, don't you see it?" And he had like chipped part of the wall away. You guys were all like, "No." And he like got a cloak and put it on. It was just one of his rain jackets. He got it on. He was like, "Oh," and everyone was like, "No, what is it?" And then he was like, "111. Isn't that the collectives thing?" And everyone was like, "Oh." And then you kind of looked, and he had kind of carved ones a little bit into it. And as you stare up at a wooden sign outside of a shoe store, the sign is of 3 boots that are laid on their side, stacked up to down, and the soles of the boots are pearly white. And they kind of just look like a 1, a 1, and a 1. And if you look at it at the right, if you look at it through that lens, and you believe this potentially could be part of a collective hideout.
I think that's our shop. Need some new boots?
Doesn't hurt.
Cool. You guys step in, and after a minute or so, you would just hear that familiar sound that you haven't heard in a few days of you look over, and no doubt you will see Cassius standing in the corner. And he will look at Otwin, and he will say, I might think about a new profession after this. You let me know. There might be some work in the Hush organization for you, with the way you sniff that.
I wouldn't be turned away from it.
And he goes, "Oh, what's that?" And the shop is called the Sideways Cordwainer.
For a winner?
Cordwainer. That's an old-timey term for shoemaker. Kabada. And there's several sets of cobble shoes here. He meaning Cassius will go up to you and say, the Cordwainer here is a friend of Hush. I've never met him myself, but I think he's our contact to find out how to get where we need to go. So you can look around if you want. But I'll meet him up at the the checkout stall in a second.
Where do we need to go?
And he says, right now, just stay in here. And when I go up to the counter, come with.
Is there anybody else in the room?
There is one Dinian that's kind of like walking around looking at stuff, and then there is this gentleman who seems to be the aforementioned poor Wanger. He will be told. You will be told that his name is Pinjab, and his little kid, his little son, is running around the shop just like pulling down shoes, and then the Dinian walks over nicely and puts the shoes back. And then the guy just goes, Peach, put that down. And then after a few minutes, if you guys do want to look around, they do have two interesting things for sale that might be useful for the adventurers, much like you. Your shield will harden over there, Otwin, which is not literally, but figuratively, you'll get all hard. And
I was gonna say, is that a figurative or?
and you will realizing
My team was saying
that he has a couple pairs of masterwork weehaws. These are kept behind the counter near him. Of course, Weehaws is one of the world's large corporations. They make mainly like blue-collar workerman shoes. They kind of can double as adventuring shoes as well. And these are reinforced steel Weehaws. They will offer +5 speed to the wearer, and they are 20,000 troops. Pretty expensive, but they are a one-time purchase, and they will last you pretty much your whole life. The other thing that he has here that might be of service to you guys are what are labeled
20,000 is quite a lot. Boots.
But they're the best of the best.
trench trudgers, which are these massive wetsuits. You must wear them on light armor or less, and your speed cannot be reduced based on natural elements. These are 5,000 chirps.
Tempting.
That magic?
These are not an attunement. No.
Boots.
The boots are not items.
No.
Correct. Both of these are not attunements. They're just, I guess, just basic magical items. While you guys think about that, it will be that Cassius has acquired a few odd shoes. It looks like he was kind of picking them deliberately, and now he's walking up to the counter. And
I like those Weehaws.
what's that?
I like those Weehaws.
Is that what you're gonna say?
Yep.
To Punjab? And he goes, I haven't met a man that doesn't. Especially not one of your stature. You look quite well equipped. I did not know that Rollator had dogs such as you.
They're rare.
He goes, we tell tales in our town of golems that fight their wars. I don't mean to offend, I'm just curious if it's true.
What I know, yes.
What'd you say?
From what I know, yes.
And he goes, what is a golem when you have a big man like you? Yes?
Maybe I am the golem.
Well, you've got the greatest of disguise on. He doesn't realize the irony of that phrase as he says it to you.
I'm just like standing there looking at him like.
Great.
Yep.
Would you by any chance be interested in a...
Oh, no. You let her in the store. Let her alone speak. Please leave. Do you not speak Halaju? Are you? What are you?
I do not speak Halaju.
Okay, so he's saying this. I guess who speaks Halaju? Okay, so that's good. You don't speak Halaju. Well, he's going to then re-utter the Tep phrase. Do you speak Tep? Probably not. Okay, he's gonna say something broken Tep, which is the essentially just saying not welcome. Like your status is not welcome.
Okay,
And
I'll
then, but to you it's just like he's gonna
wait for
yeah.
Thane.
Go ahead.
What language does he speak?
Nothing that this man speaks, I don't think.
I also don't understand
Seems
it.
like you might not be welcome in the store most of the city.
Well, that's to be expected. I was gonna see if he was interested in doing a package deal for the French treasures and the boots.
Trench thatchers and the boots, a package deal. And he's gonna ask you, are you this man?
Me?
Yes.
I do not know him.
Oh, you came in the same time. This is why I asked.
It's just a coincidence.
Okay, sure. Griffin, he's gonna stand up and he's gonna look for something in his drawer and he goes, "It's been an hour since I have to do this." And he goes, "It's just business, my friend." And he goes, "I can't be having my and he's saying this kind of to you. He goes, "I can't be having my business taxes raised." And then he's going to open an envelope that in C speak reads, "You are not welcome here. The threat of Loom will never be forgotten."
Okay, after reading that, I'm gonna point at Thane, do a whipping motion, point at myself, and then be like, and then say for him.
Okay. Sure, I think he's trying to say that's my master, and they're for him. And he's just gonna point to the thing. He's just gonna point to the paper that tells you to get out.
I'll go up and start shoving
Okay.
Skip.
Can I get a snack?
Yeah, can I pick it up?
Yeah.
And while I'm doing that, I'll tell him I'll see what I can do about that deal. Do you want both or just trench triggers?
If you can't secure a package deal, I'll just take the trench treasures.
Very
I
well.
only have 20,450 chirps.
Very well. We'll stay off for now.
And he just kind of.
And just wait outside.
He probably speaks some trade talk, but trade talk can't. Trade speak doesn't convey stuff like he just said very well.
I don't know either.
Okay. Cool. Great. Cassius is just kind of kindly waiting, and then he'll walk up to Cassius, and Cassius will ask in trade speak for to buy this stuff. Punjab will kind of like look at all of it, like calculate the price, and be like, it is going to be 22J in a budgie. And then Cassius will ask if he can pay in all budgies, to which Punjab will be kind of confused, then look down and be like, okay, and then like kind of do the deductions of what that would equal out. And anyone, I'll say, with a higher than 12 intelligence will realize that the price would have equaled 111 budgies. And so then he just kind of nods. And you would like to see our select items? Listen back, I can show them to you now. And then Punjab walks the corner and then looks out and just goes, "You, my friend, thank you. Now, my son, make sure he not make a messy place."
Sure.
And then he's going to turn and walk around the corner. And then Cassius will look and be like, "I'll be back out in a minute." And then walks around the corner and kind of shuts like a sliding, bracketed, thin wood wall. But if somebody did want to go up and listen into their conversation, you could do that if you wanted. It would just be putting your ear up to it.
I don't even know if I would speak what they would speak.
I probably would.
You would go up and put your ear?
No, if ever, no,
Or you would probably speak it.
I could probably listen. But I'm not very stealthy, so I will stay and watch the child.
It
What's
will
the
just
child?
be a perception check, not a stealth check.
Oh. Sure, why not? I'll do it.
Okay.
As I'm watching the kid.
Okay, I'm going to say you can't really do both, because the kid's running around behind stalls and stuff.
I'll watch him. Watch the kid?
I'll watch it.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, animal handling check.
5. That's 4.
That's a 4. Yeah, he's just tearing shit down. And then you're like, oh, and then he's like running around. A 5. All right, you'll catch glimpses of the conversation. So I'm gonna only speak what you hear in this conversation.
Okay.
So I will literally just say it as you hear it in the voice.
Let's go ahead. Probably not make
What's
a
up?
whole lot of sense.
That's it.
Can you even see? Is he screaming?
No, it is.
I'm just gonna rub his head for a second.
I'm there for 25 minutes.
No, it's because it's scary.
God damn it, I said watch the kid, not let him go on a rampage.
He's fast.
It's fast fucker.
These shops are made for small people. Not exactly small. I'm bringing more shit than he is, probably.
So good at everything.
Trying to grab him. I'm like, not him.
Also,
Saying you need to keep your slave in check.
Whoa, dude. Somebody said he wasn't going to pretend to be a slave.
I'm not.
It would be a lot easier if I had 2 or even 3 slaves.
Not happening.
yeah.
If anyone asks,
Don't hold the paperwork.
we don't have
You don't need paperwork in place. Alright, if you can, get us some deals using trade speak with this man. Or whatever language you're speaking with him. That would be pretty well because
You want both items?
Skaith is possibly one of both. I would just want the wetsuits. One pair of the wetsuits. Skaith, did you want both?
Yeah. That sounds right.
I mean, he's that pack of deal for both.
Yeah.
But if not, we just want him.
Yeah, but I also want one. He also, if you would make a big package.
There's only one pair of boots.
There's only one. What about the
Correct. There's only one pair of boots.
No, there's multiple.
Oh, there's multiple sets.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay, I'm back. I'll if I can't get both, I'll just take the trench treasures.
Okay.
But if he'll do a package deal, I'll take both.
Okay. Here's the conversation you hear. Can he? And that will be Cassius's voice. And then obviously, whatever. By the way, I got caught practicing my Punjab voice while I was at work, and it was awful. Okay. Cassius goes, can he? And then a minute later, you hear, 1 minute. Then you hear, okay, tell him. Success. And then you hear, Chinese accent. There is a temple to Theros. The answers you'll see. Secrecy. Oh, yes. The need for this secrecy. Are being tested. It's supremacy. And then you hear he wishes to play games. And you hear Punjab respond, do you really wish? And then something else. And Cassius responds something, and he says, and thank you, Punjab. And you hear, gotten yourself into. And then, Punjab. And then you can hear them kind of coming back towards the door.
Okay.
Can I try and clean up the kid's mess as fast as possible?
Yeah, definitely.
What do you want for that?
Just give me an athletics check.
10.
What?
10.
What's all those dice?
I don't know.
Yeah,
Not
you do your
knowing.
best, and he walks out and goes,
Oh, PJ, you are the thorn in my shoe. Well made shoes, I should have. And then just like giggles as he walks by.
Mhm.
And he goes, "It is not your fault. The only one that can rile him down is his mother. And she does that with the big sort of the pan."
Yeah, he's a quick bastard.
And he goes, "Hey, what's your turn?" And then he gets laughed.
Uh, speaking of
Yes,
well-made shoes,
yes.
I would like to do a package too.
A package deal. And then he switches over to speaking in trade speak.
Mm-hmm.
A package deal. No, I don't care.
Turns into Batman.
Yeah. And he'll say, we Oz, I really like to lower the price. What were you thinking?
Those in the white suits. 2,400.
2,400? 24,000, did you mean?
Yes.
So you're asking for 1,000 off? Is that what you're asking for?
How much should
Are you looking back to Thane?
What?
Are you looking back to Thane?
No.
Okay. 2,400 to 24,000. I assume that is the tongue of the tie.
Yes.
Yes, to which I asked for.
24.
24,000.
24,000.
And he goes, "So they teach you math over in Lalatula. I thought, what are all those schools for if they do not teach for math?" And he goes, "I joke, my friend. You called my son bastard, so I can do that. Yes, I would take 24,000.
Okay.
Great.
Great. Let me gather the coins.
That's fine." Okay, head back to them.
Yes.
Okay.
21,000. You want the package?
What's that scathe? Or slave up.
Doesn't matter. Okay.
Alright, we'll get it from him later. I'll hand you 23,000.
Is Skate's gonna give any up, or?
No,
He's
Scathe's
got-
outside.
I mean, it's fine, but okay.
He will then. He will. We'll get it from him.
Okay. So you guys do have the coin that you're
Yes.
going to, okay, cough up. Great. You'll pay whoever needs to deduce however much. Where's it coming from? How much are you giving up, Altwin?
So I'll give up 1,000.
Okay, how much
Because
are
he
you
gave
giving
me
up?
a
1,000.
6,000. Okay. So you both deducted that. Go ahead and do that. Okay, great. You will get both the trench trudgers and the Weehaw Masterwork boots.
Take an extra 5,000.
Who's wearing the
What?
Weehaws?
No.
How much
much
capacity
is-
is
Huh?
worth it?
Where did it all go?
I have no idea.
I lost it all in some sort of gambling.
You?
No, actually, I bought it off that one guy. Bought the spell.
That's what it was.
Yeah. That was 20,000. I like expensive things. Sorry.
He is asking if he needs to fork up any. He being Scathe.
Yeah.
All of it.
24,000.
24,000. They're saying.
I said I had 20,450 is how much I have.
Oh, you got a shitty deal, you guys.
I actually got a really good deal.
So somebody's shorted about 4,000. Where's that coming from?
It'll come from me for now, but
Okay, so then you're giving him. So then Griffin is now giving you 20,450. Right? Is that correct, Griffin?
make it 20,000 and make it even.
Make it 20,000 even. So Griffin, you have 450 chirps to your name, which is 4.5 gold.
Suddenly I have the most money.
And then Scathe will owe me 4,000.
Scathe, you apparently owe him 4,000. Great. Okay. You head out.
I will get
Cassius. Oh, sorry.
Skate his items. He wanted those items.
Yeah, I guess Pinjab will say his goodbye, and he'll hand them to you, and he go, "You have a good eye for this stuff, I imagine."
Yes.
Oh no, he doesn't know your accent. Sorry. We'll just give it to you. Bye.
Okay. Give him a wink.
He's like, "What?" Okay.
Where's Cassidy?
Cassius is gonna step outside.
On my way out, could I ask him just like in standard
Yeah.
or something? Because I don't speak
Sure.
anything else.
You're asking Pinjab?
Yeah, I was like, do you know any way I can sell some daggers?
Hey, did you pull out a dagger?
No, I was kind of like daggers, you know, because I don't speak. I was like, you know where I could sell some daggers?
And he goes, "No buy, no buy."
Shake my head and walk out.
Great. You do believe that if it's like a blacksmith, we can find with it. But if you go here on the main strip, it's tourist prices. So be warned. But if you wanted to make your way up to Munati Town and try to get in there, that's where you'll get the more prices. So that is your call. But Cassius will step out with you guys and go.
For low prices. No shame.
Okay, now when you guys reunite with Cassius, I'm going to explain to you the first of 2 total new rule systems I have for this campaign. This is going to be the companion system. So all too often I feel like companions are kind of used in there's a weird thing surrounding them where you're like, oh, how do they work? Where are they in combat? Why aren't they dying if I'm getting hit with a fireball and we were just walking together? And how has he survived? Or like, whatever. Like, oh, and then it's like, can I just have him run and grab that? Whatever. So I made a whole system, and I will explain it to you now. And it is a system that is heavily benefiting you guys. So we will walk through that now. And I will explain it bit by bit, and then we will move on. And I'm just going to start reading. So, companions in this campaign will have unique features outside of their normal roleplay. They will have abilities to perform during combat, as well as special rules surrounding their deaths. Companions will be considered to be with the party unless you decide to state that they are staying back or if they refuse to go somewhere. Companions in battle. Players must choose a single present companion to be the active companion for the turn in combat, and may choose the same or different companion on the next turn in combat. Companions will interact with the party by making DC 15 plus whatever their companion mod is in order to use one of their abilities. The benefits granted from the ability last until the start of the companion's next turn or until its usefulness has been exhausted. Most companions will have multiple abilities. You may choose any ability that is unlocked to that companion. If they fail the check, the companion will do nothing that turn. If they roll a natural 1, see the companion's dying section for a threat. Companions are not placed on the map and do not interact with the battle in any other way unless stated by the Dungeon Master. So you will roll initiative for them, and it will be one turn that's just labeled companion, and then the companions will act on that turn. You will also get to level them up, and this is where I will show you guys an example. The first example will be Cassius, as he is. So, this is our example of Cassius. And I will now read the idea of leveling them up. So, companions will have multiple abilities shown in their chart, starting on the left and increasing in power to the right. You can't see it here, but these are all blue. You can see it in the image I sent on Discord. But the left side is all blue, which means they're unlocked, because all companions have the left side always unlocked at the start. You will then, when you level up, you guys will choose one of these to level up. So this is his modifier on that DC 15, so you could get it all the way to a 5, which would then you'd have a 50% chance to do any of these. Or you could say, no, I want to do this one first, and then you level up again. You could then do this one, this one, this one, or this one. So it's like a track. Think of it left to right. It's a track that you can upgrade. These abilities may increase in power or change each time the party levels up. They can level up one companion's ability or the companion's mod, and this is an important part. You can reallocate all your level ups and points you've spent each time you guys level up. You just can't go back to 0. So you're level 4. You will build out his chart right now. You'll figure out what you want to unlock, and then during his turn in combat, you'll roll. Let's say you guys decide, we want a +3, and then we want to go do one level up here, one level up here, another level up here, and another level up to get them all the way filled on the first line. You can do that.
When do these act, like, which ones can he use?
He can use any that you have unlocked via his level ups.
Also, like on his turn.
Yeah.
If he succeeds the check.
Yeah, you can do any of them as long as you have it on.
Um,
It's
You don't have to unlock the entire like +3 tree before you can unlock something on the +4 tree.
you're thinking about it a little wrong, Griffin. Think about it left to right. So
It is. You have to fill out the +3 tree before you can move on to the +4 tree.
no. So think about it. The +2 is its own tree. So if you it's left to right, not up to down. So +2.
So you can't get all players gain 5 speed before you, or one player uses dash action for free before you get all players gain 5 speed. Is that what you're saying?
Correct. Yes. So you could do. You don't have to fully fill out the +3. It's hard when you're not here to show. You don't have to fully fill out the +3.
I get it.
Okay, yeah. So it works. It works this left to right. Think about it like left to right.
Yeah.
Not up to down.
the DC is at the start of its turn.
Yes.
The DC is 15 plus its mod.
Well, I guess I wrote that wrong. No.
The
No.
DC's 15.
The DC's 15. He adds his
That's
mod
what
to the
mod.
roll. I should have said that. That's a typo.
You're good. I wanna
Um,
make sure.
yeah, that would. I'm not gonna level up in DC. But yeah, exactly. So now I'll keep going and keep reading. So what that means is if you guys then get 2 more companions and then you level up to 5 and you see the new companion's tree and you're like, oh, this is really powerful. You can just reallocate all the points you spent on him. You can be like, all right, fuck you, Cassius. I'm taking all your points away down to what it's at right now, and then I'm giving it all to the new guy because the new guy's way stronger or whatever.
So
Yeah.
if we're in combat and we have multiple companions, only you can only kind of
Yeah,
one
so
active.
that is where I will go next. I will explain I'll explain more. So I think we're caught up to date there on leveling up. And I will say most companions, I'm pretty sure every companion other than Cassius, he's like the OG companion, so I'm giving him 3 brackets. Most companions just have 1 ability tree and 1 modifier tree. So they don't have 3 ability slots. So
Can Cassius do all 3 of these on one turn?
no. You must choose 1. So, next is companion staying away. The party can also have the companion stay out of combat completely, but it must be stated before the battle. This means they cannot give you aid with their ability. Here, I'll go back to here. This means they cannot give you aid with their ability, but it does mean that they cannot die. When a party does this, that companion is no longer the present companion. And we'll go through the definitions here in a second. Companions dying. Battling causes you to a threat to your companions. This threat will be represented each time a player character drops to 0 HP or the companion rolls a 1 on their check. So if Eric goes unconscious, we're going to roll a companion threat. If Cassius rolls a critical failure on his DC 15 check initially, we're going to roll on the threat. The DC for this, you roll a D3 to consult the companion chart to see who's going to be threatened, and then you roll a raw D20. The DC for this roll will be 2 plus 3 per each time a player has gone down in combat since the party's last long rest. So in the first one, he just has to not critically fail. And then it goes up from there. The player rolled on the companion chart dies on a failed roll. If a companion dies, all of their level ups you have given them die with them, and they cannot be reallocated then or at any subsequent level ups. So if Cassius dies and you have all 4 level ups into him, you can't.
They're lost.
Yeah, they're lost. Though this is the main way companions are threatened, it is important to know that there may be special cases where they can be seriously threatened by story elements or by player action and consequences. This rule set is not intended to act as plot armor. So if you guys fuck around and start throwing Cassius at
We'll find out.
grenades, he'll die.
We'll find out.
And this is the companion chart that you roll every time you need to figure out which companion might die. Number 1 is the favored companion, which I'll go over in a second. Number 2 is the active companion. And the active companion is whichever companion you guys chose that turn in combat. Third, it will be a random present companion. Then that's the character that rolls for if they die. Now we'll go to favored companions. Favored companion. And then we're pretty much done after this. Favored companion is the party's most loved or useful NPC companion. The party must choose their favorite companion and must only have 1. They can change at any time outside of combat. Favored companions always have the next level of their companion mod unlocked for free, represented with a gold filter. So Cassius will have this +3 unlocked because he'll be your favorite companion. So that's free. Boom. You already got that one. Each time the party levels up, their favorite companion at that moment will roll a check as though they normally would in combat to use an ability. If they succeed, they automatically gain a free level up themselves. Companions as a whole roll for initiative using the favored companions mod roll. Active companions, I already explained that. It's whoever you guys chose last during combat. So let's say you have Cassius and then Bob. If you chose Bob during combat, he's now your active companion. Cassius would still be your favorite companion, but they would both be present companions because they're both there. Okay, lastly, choosing companion's ability. The player who rolled the highest in initiative, that means you guys, will be given the companion coin. And I'll find out what that is later. This player alone will decide what companion will be active. They then roll as if they succeed, and they must choose the ability. That's essentially just the last thing I want is you guys have 7 companions, a bunch of abilities, and you're like, what should we do this turn?
So it's whoever. It's just they control in that fight.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. It's that round.
Oh,
And
the
then
round.
pass the coin to the left.
Oh, okay.
Yep. Whatever we use. Great. Companions in roleplay. Last thing. Companions in roleplay will rarely speak unless spoken to. However, they may make their opinions known about certain decisions or topics. Companions that disagree with the group may leave the party. If this happens, you gain back their level ups. If they're like, peace, I'm out. I don't know what you guys do. So, cool. Does that sound good?
Yeah.
Is that kind of fun?
Good.
Yeah.
I love it.
Cool. I have a lot of companions. You're not going to get all of them. Some of them you won't. And you guys, just because it's D&D, you might be like, oh, I want PJ. And then you get PJ as your companion, and I'm like, okay, I gotta make a companion for you. So,
Yeah, we're gonna see
know,
Yeah.
right. You never know. There's
We're gonna actually make him a bastard.
oh, okay.
Mhm.
Great. So that being said, I'm gonna Griffin. Do you have any questions? Thank you for listening to me rant.
Oh, you're good. I have it all pulled up too. I don't have any questions.
Great. Does the system sound kind of fun to you?
Yeah.
Great. Well, what do you guys want to level up about Cassius? I am creating a channel called Companions, where I will add in Group Alpha.
I think since he already has a +3, I think we should level that up one more time to a +4. Then I think we should level up his speed up to
3.
well, 2 more levels, so he can dash for free or give a player a dash, and then also make it so he can heal the lowest.
That blue is
I can
I'm gonna
see
get,
it.
you can see it. Am I eyes?
I can see it.
I can see it.
It's very obvious to you.
Yeah.
It's not like super obvious, but it's not really obvious that
That phone has a lot more on.
On the phone, it's a lot more obvious.
I can still tell on there that
It's like dark.
it's definitely not.
Calm down.
Calm down there, Otwin. Get your eyes checked real quick. Yeah, on the phone it's darker, but I can still see it on there that it's highlighting.
We'll make him a little dark.
So this is weird, Eric. On my PC, I can shade in the squares, but now on my laptop, it's not giving me the option to shade the colors of like the squares. How weird
Maybe
is
just
that?
a hidden menu kind of thing.
Yeah, I need to know where it's at.
Look at me for me.
Don't know.
I mean, am I allowed to come over there and help you, or is there sensitive information on the screen?
No, there's no sensitive information on this screen.
Find out what the big back there is.
Over.
Oh.
Taco wins.
So like normally it this
Yeah.
and then it's right here. It has the little
How heavy these are?
thing.
I see. I don't think they roll very well.
Go try it. I mean that's
Kind of just like sit down.
which we can do. It's not a big deal, but
That's the only metal one.
maybe try
I think it's only metal.
Just a smidge, yeah.
He's also had like Freaking
Yeah, great.
reinforcements on the sides of the dice.
True.
Okay. Eric did his work. Spent a long time looking for that next step.
Looking for it.
Well, you're all over the place.
I am.
There you go.
Yeah.
That's way better.
That's better. Yeah.
Oh, so much better.
I know how to
Dark
do
now. I
that.
can't see it.
Don't.
Yeah, I can't read it. It's too dark.
Yeah, what do you guys think about that upgrade?
Yep.
So we get a free +3. Yep. Because he's
So you're thinking of taking it all the way up to 5 then?
I don't know. I was thinking up to
Up to
+4.
the 4. Take it up to 4.
And
Four.
And
the dash.
Dash.
2 in the
Free
top.
dash, and then
and
one
one
in
in the middle.
One in the heel, yeah.
I like
Makes
that.
sense.
You got the 3, and then you want one player uses the dash action for free.
Yeah.
So 2 upgrades there, which is now a total of 3.
Mhm.
Right?
How does that sound, Griffin?
I'm sure.
Sounds good to me. I'm a fan of anything movement speed related or just movement
Yeah.
related.
Well, like this is options, so if no one needs
force.
healing,
Lowest player.
if no one needs healing, we can just either give everyone 5 speed, or if someone really needs to use the dash that turn, they could get the free dash.
And I think
And
if we
then-
fill out the health tree, that would be pretty big too.
I take damage.
All players
Well,
work.
I don't know. The initiative rolls are pretty
You
huge.
just see nothing. So
2 players in the initial
Oh,
game
yeah.
+1. That one.
Yeah.
why is yellow?
I mean, like most of
That
them are
shows
pretty
that that's only granted by favored companion.
God.
So as soon as you make someone else's favorite companion, that's leading.
Got it. Yep, that was good.
Cool.
Yeah.
Great. Awesome. Okay, he will kind of the way that the Mothu Memorial Passage is set up is that there's like an egress path, there's an ingress path, and right in the middle there's like these turquoise cover that there's turquoise like essentially umbrellas, and you can sit underneath them and eat. And some people are just smelling spices, but that's where Cassius will kind of bring you to and sit down really quick to have a little conversation. And he will say, my nose. I know where we need to go. And I know what we need to do.
This is that Cassius.
All Cassius.
Cash.
Yeah, I do is Cassius. Those nausea spices are there. Right? He's gonna say, I can now tell you the next few steps of our plan. The next step, get the map to the city. Oh no. Okay. And he's gonna look and stare between you, and he goes, how many of you told each other what you were doing?
I said nothing.
Follow the orders.
And you all don't need to roll deception checks because that's true. He is going to say, well, that's good. You have respect for the mission. I'll tell you this. I told you both the same exact thing. Now, we need to find a map.
Telling the truth.
What is it? Give me an insight check, yeah.
I'd also like to insight check.
Go for it.
12.
What?
12.
12? Okay. You're not sure. You can't really read. You're not very good at reading
Birds.
Telosians, yeah. So you're like, I don't know where his cues are. 18. I mean, you believe he's telling the truth that he was. He did hide that information.
And
Or
then
he did tell you that. Well, what's that?
our next task, take the map somewhere.
Yeah, he said we're gonna find a map that will take us to the city.
Oh,
And he goes, I happen to know that this map is in a nearby temple to Theros. You see, these, and he leans in and whispers it just in case, Armins like to do something interesting anytime they.
That spelled, man.
What's that?
The temple.
Theros, Tharos.
I couldn't tell if you said
yeah.
Theros or Theros.
Yeah, no, and it's one of the gods in there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Not under languages, it'd be that one. A temple to Theros. And he says, The men's anytime they conquer a new city, they build 16 temples around the city, one to each god. Kind of a crude mark they like to put on every city they take. Well, turns out our beloved Pharaoh's temple here holds a bunch of maps. One that will take us directly to our destination.
What can you tell us about destination?
And he goes, all will be revealed once we get them. These temples and their locations, easy to come by. You see, it's very coveted information, only whispered about between the Kalaju and the Amans. It's kind of a point of pride to know where one of these are, you see.
How about security?
Security. The Amans take security seriously at their temples. However, thankfully, the god Theros himself is kind of built on anti-domestication. He's a god that believes in nature in its pure and unadulterated and unperverted tone. So there might be less security at a Theros temple. That doesn't mean the Amans won't have tricks up their sleeve for when we go in there, though.
Fully expect that.
Yes, me too. But we aren't even at the temple yet. We need to find the temple so that we can find our city. But he says, there are two options, how I see it, if we can find the location of this temple. The first option is to enter into the Anwar Rune fighting pits. So I'll post these.
On Aru.
That sounds fun.
Who fights there? Almonds?
I'll fight anyone there.
So the Anwar Runda is known as a very high society fighting pit organization. Normally, but it's not just for Regime and Amadeb. This is a high society thing that goes through every single kingdom on the books. They all have their own form, and people travel and fight there. He's gonna say, one of the top almonds in the city is a man named Yad Ron Archway. And I'll post all this, by the way, in the thing. And he goes, he's an almond, which means he's a high-ranking society and owns several of Teps. In Amatep society, almonds are the religious leaders, Teps are the slaves, religious slaves. He owns several Teps, one of which is named Thud the Indomitable. He's an unbeaten pit fighter here in the Tifa town, right behind those walls. He is no joke. However, what most don't know is that Thud is a pride fighter at the Anwar Runda fighting pits under the name of, or under Yadran Urchway's holding.
Call dibs.
And he goes, don't get ahead of yourselves here, gentlemen.
All right.
He says,
It's okay.
He's-
Joke
these fights are high society deathmatch competitions. People bring and bet on fighters. And he says, despite the orders from Yadran Urchway, Thud the Indomitable goes out into Tifa Town and does his own unsanctioned fights for fun. He's got a fiend for battle.
Yes.
Rumor has it he has a pretty nasty soul shade addiction. Sneak him my soul shade, and you will severely lower his ability to fight. And then one of you could step in the ring, and I'm sure you're already ahead of me where that will end. If you beat him in Tifa Town, that will definitely get the recognition of someone in town that will want a champion for tonight's fights. This is when you infiltrate the high society meeting. There, you could make some deal about a fight in order to gain the temple's location, or use it as leverage of fight against a rematch of Thud if you wish, whatever you want. Of course, there are several ways you can navigate this situation. But once you're there, you're surrounded by wolves. Picking a fight in at the meeting of the Anwar Runda fighting pits is likely not going to go your way. Okay, I'll post all of that in. I didn't read it word for word, but generally, if you guys need to recall any of the information, it'll be right there for you.
What was option
Um,
2?
Number 2. He goes, this one is a lot less risky in terms of people dying on me. He says, I'm calling it Mission Addicted to Luck. You see, there was an old military general who had just passed the Einthar trials a few decades ago, and since then he has blown his fortune at the Axeling Betting Hall here in town. His name is General Himshaw. You see, Axelings value chirps, as I'm sure you know. Almonds value property and religion. But Halashu, they value luck. They value tides in fortune. This man used to be in charge of city planning in Azim before it was taken over and is now just turned into North Halkar by the Almonds. Any temple surrounding the city would likely be known to him. However, he is not likely going to be in a chatty mood so long as his losing streak at the casinos continue. But if one of you were to be, I don't know, the reason his luck turns around, then he would be willing to divulge the location, I'm sure. I know the location of the employee entrance. I even know a dealer's name that lives in Munati Town. And I have reason to believe she would be sympathetic to our cause. And he goes, I should warn you, infiltrating an Anwarunda fighting match is relatively easy, though the risk is the death. However, getting into a betting hall is much more tricky. It takes a keen individual with a sharp eye to get in. Axelphage has put a lot of chirps into making sure their games are legit. You want to read the employee pamphlet that I hijacked to show you how it works in order to find your way in. But if you can read this thing and read it well, you will have no problem pulling off the perfect and most natural heist. And they won't even know you were there. Okay, so he will then finally say, he's going to say that the lady that you need to go visit, he'll mention her by name as well in there, if you wanted to do that option. But finally, he will say, the decision is yours. Of course, you could always separate, go 2 on one mission, 2 on the other. But just be warned, if you get caught, now you're down 2 men. Both of these need to happen tonight. Whether it's the fighting pits or the betting hall, they're both to go down tonight. And if you want, I can give you the dossier of the betting hall now for you guys to look over to see if it intrigues you. Everyone can give me an intelligence check or investigation check as you read through the dossier to see if how easily does this flow of information come for you.
21.
Would I have any sort of...
12.
Would I understand these better?
No, because you weren't part of the high society of Axelphage, I don't imagine. This is like the chirp side, the falconer side stuff. I do like that.
That's still look pretty good. Investigation?
Yeah.
30-20.
And all right, you guys are gonna get what the other group did not. Here's one copy of the massive. You have 3 copies.
Oh my.
However, the most useful copy I'll give to you in a second. Griffin, I'm sorry you're not here.
No worries.
I actually can send you a link to it if you want.
If you can, that'd be awesome.
Here's the second copy, but here's the most useful copy, if you guys want it. This copy, because you rolled high enough on an investigation check, I can give you this one, which as you can see has stuff highlighted. The highlighted stuff is essentially just the most important parts.
Here, hand me the other
Are
one.
these all the same?
Yeah, so before you start, they're all 100% the same. Before you start, I will say this. There's obviously 2 different types of decisions I'm giving you guys. You could go the Onward Maruna fighting pits, which is pretty much just like fighting your way through the problem, which is always fun. Or, and you can also split up, or you could go with the more tactical approach, which has you guys reading the dossier and figuring out, like, when do the shift of the guards happen and like who's going to be there. Can we infiltrate and be a dealer or be a staff or be just you can show up as a guest. And if you're a guest, then you just have to win the games and you'd be at the table with him and then you could act whatever. So if you do want it, it's right here. All the stuff's highlighted. Or you guys can go, no, it's fun. I want to figure it out myself. I don't care. Griffin, I'll work on that for you right now. You're probably going to have to request access.
Seems like the best option and safest. I spent the last half century doing just this.
I want to fight. Maybe we do split the party here.
I knew you would say that.
You're giving me the option to fight and possibly kill an almond. I
Griffin,
think
hit
that's
that
what I'd
lane.
like to do.
And then I will approve you.
Multiple. Right now.
It's not enough. Hmm.
I requested access.
Okay.
Could split the group, but that's never a good idea.
Never. Should you and I end up fighting our way out? No. I'm gonna reel out a little bit here.
Okay.
I just gave you your access, Griffin.
What option
I think
was
so.
are you leaning towards?
I am leaning towards the addicted to luck option.
Griffin, go back and try to get back in. It should allow you.
Yeah, no, I have it. I have the dossier open.
Great.
Ooh, it's long.
Hmm.
That's really callous right now.
I think we go with the heist this time, Otwin. There'll be plenty of time for bloodshed later.
Alright, are we in the monk of us?
Here. What's
Are
that?
we in the monk
George.
of callous?
You are. It is
Shut up.
still there. It's still there. I'm so down for that. You pull it off, you don't have to fight. You can just run too. You don't have to fight. You can run if you're outnumbered. I don't know if you can run. Yeah.
I'm not running.
You said just die, make your characters.
You're there.
Been ready to die for the last 5 years.
I'm always ready to die. Bring on in front of me.
Are we doing it then? I don't think it's smart, but
Not smart.
I'm not gonna let you go by yourself.
I will.
I was just will say it might be smart if we see this as an opportunity to get the answers we need. You see, they could fail on the other way, and if you succeed, there you go. Or you could fail, and they could succeed. It doubles our chances of success. But if you're the one that fails,
We all fail.
that's your problem.
We all fail as a group.
And he says, there may be other ways around town you could also see about this information.
Let's say we split the party.
There's hundreds or thousands of almonds in the city. You could just go kill them.
Party would increase our chances.
If you really cared about it, why do you need a sanctioned fight?
Because it's honorable.
You who cuts off ears,
Yes.
who cares about honorable?
There's still some code in this.
Fair enough.
You weren't up there for his fight against.
No, I
Okay,
wasn't.
okay.
What?
What'd you say, Griffin? I missed it.
I said I'm not opposed to splitting the party. I think it would double our chances.
Yeah.
Not good idea.
Okay, I think if we do that, I think Thane and Scathe go together,
Absolutely.
and Otwin and I go together.
Yes.
That was also my thought.
Because if you guys are going to be trying to do sleight of hand stuff, neither
No.
one of us are going to be.
That's why I'm opposed to this. I'm not very good.
Yeah, you two have the best chance of succeeding in like a fight.
I think you will see in the highlighted version, you will see the name of a dealer. That is the dealer. Whatever dealer's name is highlighted, maybe you give the highlighted version to Derek then.
Yeah, if he's going to be doing the heist portion of
Her
it.
name is Emerald. She's an Axeline dealer. So that is your inn. She lives in the Munati town, and you can go visit her if you wanted to
And he said she might be sympathetic towards the cause. That was so fun to make, by the way. That thing was. I had so much fun
Really?
making that. Yeah, like making up all the meals in it and everything, and games.
And by the cause, you mean getting
She might have a reason to not like almonds and Hollyju, and would be kind of okay to help you infiltrate the betting hall. Is I guess what he means.
Probably be wise. Not sure.
And the way that we could do this, if we want, if you guys decide to split the party, we can just continue with Altwin and sorry, Aatrox, and then while Eric and Griffin are in the back corner talking about how they want to try to infiltrate it and creating a plan now that they can look at certain stuff. And you will find, yeah. So like, yeah,
Sure.
nothing. I guess I don't need to explain stuff to you.
I'm okay with that.
Everything you need if you want to go the betting hall route is in there to essentially pull off a perfect heist.
The perfect guys.
I don't care much for ice. Just go with my blade.
Save. We're on the same
So,
page.
you and me need to get some soul shade.
So split the party.
Yes.
You say that, and Cassius will pull one out. Okay, splitting the party. Is anyone wish to make a lasting? No, let's not do that.
well, this seems like
I agree, it's not a great idea, but he's gonna go off by himself either way, so
Okay. Eric, maybe you jump into a chat with Griffin, or maybe I can jump out of the general chat. You guys can just talk. I don't know. Do you have like AirPods or something?
no.
Do you want AirPods?
Sure.
Okay. I don't know if that would make it easier.
Okay.
We're fine.
we'll be fine. We'll be fine.
Let's give him the soul shade, and then I'll be fucking with it. It'd be even better if I go. Let's see. Oh, yeah, level 5. It might be going.
Eric.
So, we could always run.
You
Just
said
do the
you
Michael
wouldn't.
Chandler's body slam him twice in a row.
True success doesn't hinge on only you. So if you guys got a dip, you can dip.
Exactly.
Great. I'm gonna jump out of this chat, Griffin. Eric is gonna jump in, and you two will just talk about how to dissect that. If you have any questions, Eric can just ask me about it. But yeah, essentially, I will tell you before you guys like read into that. Whatever angle you guys see that makes you think that you could do it, then do it. But he meaning General Himshaw, will be at the final. I think it talks about like all the meetings. He will be at the final game only. You know that. So,
Last game of the night, he'll be there.
yep, he will be there for the last game of the night, and I believe right before. So,
I would stop.
great. Okay.
For dice break.
Ryan, can you disconnect
Yeah, I'll disconnect.
from the AirPods?
Oh, yeah,
I
I
think
know.
I think he's connecting to yours.
Yeah, it is. I'm glad somebody's doing that. The other group is going all your guys' route. Didn't
Fighting?
I don't know.
Yeah,
All fighting?
yeah, all fighting.
I was gonna ask what was your opinion.
Ooh, Ryan cracking open their ears over there.
And I'm kind of hungover. I don't even see them on here. Oh, there they are. I just forget them. Maybe that'll work.
No, just turn off Bluetooth.
Oh, okay. On my phone.
Yeah.
Yeah, what's connected to it? Okay, great.
Whatever you can do.
Cole might be, I guess. YouTube.
Us. Who's Cassius going with? He's going with us.
So he will tell you real quick before we leave. Eric, just relay this to Griffin. Oh no, I'm still in. He'll tell you you can be players, you can be the dealer, you could be employees, you could be guards, whatever you want, whatever angle you want to tackle it, go for it. That is the dossier. That is like the workers' Bible. Workers will be working off of that only. If you can fully understand the who, what, where, and why of the betting hall, it will be easy to get it done. He says that the dealer for the night, that I believe it could be Turn, is Emerald, and she lives in Moon Naughty Town on house 551. So I will send that. You will know that. So, yep.
Can I ask a quick question?
Uh-huh.
Would I have time to long rest before this? Since
No.
I use trance, I just need 4 hours.
Oh, 4 hours, yes. That's right, you
Okay.
filthy elf.
I'm gonna do that, and I'm gonna choose to be proficient in disguise kits.
Well, so then I will say, that's fine. I guess, yeah, that's fine. 4 hours, that's fine.
Okay. Yeah, I just wanted to clarify because if I couldn't, that might change plans. So I wanted to get that out of the way first.
Okay.
If you can, might be good to get proficient in some sort of games like dice or something.
I can stay proficient in because I get 2, so I can stay proficient in dice sets and then also take proficiency in.
Okay, or dice or cards or
All right, good. I'm jumping out now. Eric, does it work for you?
no.
Okay.
But
I can,
I can go to maybe your computer room. That's all right.
Yeah, that's fine.
would you be able to just join on your phone and put me on speaker?
That's fine. That'll probably work.
And you just go.
Oh,
And Griffin's gone.
You want me to go to the?
I don't care. You can do it in here if you want. It doesn't bother me really.
Okay.
You might have questions, so there is stuff I don't want you to see in that room right now, but
Sorry.
you too. He pulls out the soul shade, and he says,
I'm in.
Yeah.
You should come in with us.
He can go. Oh, that's a good point. Cassius can go with either of you if you want.
I think he'll be more useful with us.
Okay, he'll go with you guys. He'll pull out the soul shade. He says, whoever, I need a drop of blood from one of you. Well, it's better if it's somebody that can use a spell slot, cast spells. They can. It will take 1 HP from you. Okay, great.
Can I write on this?
Yes. And he says, so what, as your blood drops into the vial, it almost kind of like lights up with some sort of ecstatic energy and start vibrating within the bottle, and he just shakes it and it lights up and sparks in different miasmic ways. And he will then say, what is going to happen is at any point you can give him disadvantage by expending a spell slot.
That's his nerf.
Or yeah, that's like what this magic does. He says through this advantages can be stacked a number of times that is equal to the spell level used. This can be done after the roll is made as well. So if he hits with a critical, you can be like, nope, disadvantage. You can also do it for yourself to gain advantage on any roll. Great. This is the only effect he'll be under if you slip him this drug successfully. The other problem you guys run into is that this is going to be in Tifa Town. Tifa Town is the town of Nice. How do you get in? And once the fight is over, it would be wise, Cassius says, it would be wise if one of you was the other one's master. So that if somebody comes to you and goes like, I just gonna purchase this man, you know. If you don't have a master there, they purchase you. And then you're actually somebody's slave.
You're shorter than me, aren't you?
It's really more about who do you guys want to be the one fighting. The master's not gonna be fighting. Doing a little bit more talking. Stir it up.
Well,
tell
here's
that
how we
to
can
get slaves,
here's how
right?
we can work this. I'm nomadic. I'm not from these parts.
Yeah. And the unarmed fighting bits are not
And
just
where I'm from, tall people own little people.
I don't want to be a slave.
Traps knows that you're not truly his slave. This is just. Do you want to kill this guy or not? Okay, well. You want this guy's ear or not, Botwin? Okay, well, how bad do you want his ear?
Very bad.
Okay, well, if anybody asks,
It-
I own you so that
What's
neither
that?
one of us become slaves.
You better not ask me.
I have a.
You let me do the talking, bud.
You have highlighted. Okay.
heading to Tifa Town then?
Yes.
Okay. You head to
Yeah.
Tifa Town. You look right outside the gates where Hology are like, they're not actually really checking most people's papers, but they're just waving them in. They'll stop you.
Don't really.
Yes, I'll and he's speaking in Hology. So I will say before you go up here, I will say this. It would be probably pretty stupid for you to be the master and him be the slave as you guys exist in Hology. You could say that you're a nomad and this is your fighter, and you can be like, "Hey, I'm coming in here to," and this is what Cassius is telling you. I'm coming here to potentially purchase. I heard we can purchase people. I'm going to come purchase somebody, or saying that you're part of the kingdom that you're at is not smart for you guys. Yeah, just like
supposed to be resolved.
So maybe it concoct a plan, concoct some sort of.
Yes.
You're my prize fighter.
I think knives
And you're looking for
just
And a slave.
sticks.
Correct.
All right, so you walk up and he speaks in Holoju. So you go and speak it. So will you respond?
So when you look
Sure.
at units of time,
What does he say?
pertaining
He
to
says
slavery,
he says
that's labeled.
this is Tifa Town, the town of Tifa, the Tifa Kalars.
Oh no, sorry.
These are our
the one
workers.
that's labeled.
Yes, we're looking purchase.
And he says,
Yeah, so 8 and below.
okay.
Correct.
And he
Skip
goes,
9.
you must understand,
Nine.
you were in here.
That says
These are
1
people's
hour.
property. You are not allowed to touch
Actually,
or interact with
10
them.
the
You
county.
understand this?
Yes.
Okay. Well, and he
I'll
will
pass
take.
the word.
And then
Okay, and then he will say, as you enter, we need to make sure that there is no magic
I think it's
about you. And so they take out the this parchment, and he says, "Can you pronounce these words?" And as you look down, it is written in tongue of the judge. Do either of you speak that?
Nope.
Nope.
Okay, you don't know what you're reading, but he's asking you to read it.
I can't read it.
I mean, you could pronounce the letters, like you see it, you just don't know what you'd be saying. He's written it in a way that a Holoju could pronounce it.
I can I stumble across them
Yeah, that's today.
and
That's
not pronounce it properly so that I'm done.
You could try. Give me a give me a religion check to
This?
figure out if you think you know what you're
Yeah.
doing at all.
Yeah.
You can give me one as well.
I don't.
And then afterwards, to attempt that, you can give me a performance check.
11.
11 or 14. You will maybe have heard, being a nomad, this would be probably a god that you wouldn't like very much. Essentially, he's the god of order and judgment. And you think that as he's reading this, you can almost see like scripture coming out of his breath. He's probably agreeing to some sort of act or rule or law set, so that he could be, if he breaks the law set, smited by a divine figure. You'll hear him kind of, and then that's when you're going to start maybe like mispronouncing things, stumbling a little bit. Give me a performance check.
We enter into the play and
Nice.
try to get to select play.
19.
19. Well, you do a good job skipping over it, and then he kind of rolls up the scroll, and you guys take a step, and then you hear, no! And you look over, and there's a man, Amen, levitating, and he's just kind of meditating. And he goes, the great Otis does not grant them passage. He goes, oh. And he walks over and he goes, asks him, and there's like almost a little disagreement because there's a Holoju working with an Amen. And then he comes back over and he says, can you read it again, please? And pulls it out. And then that monk is just floating off the ground as well, still.
Yeah.
What do we do?
But your performance did grant you. He He doesn't know that you project for this. He just thinks you don't know the language.
Yeah.
So if I read this,
So you're asking him.
yes.
Yeah.
If I read this,
Okay.
what happens?
changed?
And he goes, "Oh, nothing, as long as you abide by the rules." It's also you are granting Otis, the god of judgment, to
Okay.
most of you check you and see if you have any active magic
card games.
pervading you. We'll check you on the way out, just to see if you are. Too many people come in disguising themselves, and then they try to get out people with disguise. But he does not have a magical disguise.
Yeah.
That is what he's talking about. He's talking about the disguise self spell. He's like, when people come out, we need a god.
This is like a disguise.
Yeah. And he says, and this gives Otis, this gives him the ability to drop his hammer if you break the laws that I had already stated previous, which you won't.
Which is not touching people.
Yes.
Of course, 5 dice.
Well, this.
What if he were to compete in the fighting pits?
And you're kind of going through,
Yeah.
and he would say, there are no fighting pits here in Tifa Town. He must not understand. You think they're probably like, hey, we're working. All right, they're gone. Let's go.
Nah.
It's just reading.
Okay, I'll read it.
I don't know.
Okay, you read it, and then he goes, "Oh, this is fantastic passage." And you're walking.
Sorry. I spit on the ground.
You spit on the ground. Okay, continue on. Great. You're in Tifa Town.
Rick told me just kills anybody.
You choose Philly.
Well. That's what you'll hear. No, it's a different voice. Well. We meet again. You'll just hear that voice coming from. There's a bunch of people moving like wood pallets on these. They have like this chain system of like giant chains, and they're moving pallets. So there's always something swinging. You're like very attentive, looking around at all moments. But you'll hear well, and you'll look over, and it is. I believe you two would know this face, the face of Lancaster.
It's not showing up.
It will now.
It's not on the TV.
It's not on the TV at all. Okay.
No.
Why don't you try to tell me? This guy.
We've seen this yet?
Did you guys saw Joe Cambrian the first time or no?
We did see Joe Cameron the first time, but we passed ways.
Then you have not seen this man before. I'm sorry. So then he won't say that. That would be a crazy thing for him to say. I met your friends. He'll turn around and it's him, and there's 6 other guys standing with him. And he goes, "The small scale, the Denard. We haven't gotten a chance to meet. My name is Lancaster." And you can tell that on his side, he has a very coveted item that you both probably never seen in your entire lives. It is a Zing Flinger. This is our version of a gun, essentially.
Flinger?
Yep.
That's a dope ass name.
Yeah, because that's easy. Yeah. Because it fires essentially this magically charged ball of green energy. And he's got one along his back. They're supposed to be very rare and incredibly lethal. In fact, they're so lethal that the goddess of luck, Setsi Zing, which all of Hajim serves, it's said that these bullets are part of like her egg from long ago or whatever. But anytime you fire one of these guns, your luck lowers. The more you use it, you become more unlucky.
Winning the game is
And he's standing there. He's got one of these, and he goes, "I asked them the same question. I'm going to ask you."
And what the advisors look
And he says, "I have an employee, a man that I work under. He wants to know if you have the ability to fight some of his underlings." Take that right. And then the 6 people
Yeah,
around
whenever
him
you lay a hand,
cracking their knuckles and they go,
whenever
Yes.
you
all of these men are ready to
Good.
die today.
you gotta show a lot of excitement.
This, I promise I'll prove to you. If you kill them right now, that'll make a good impression on my
Yes,
boss when it
yes,
comes time for
yes.
you to meet him.
Encourage them to spend more. You can do that by
Of
doing
course.
it separately
I'm only asking.
and essentially
This ain't
influencing
mandatory.
each other. Right.
And you are just merely spectating.
And he goes,
So
I will be taking notes.
we both show up for open play.
You want us to just fight here in the streets?
Take
And he goes, of course.
spend a lot of chirps. Try to win.
These are my
games,
men.
Get really excited about winning.
I'm supposed to.
And then
Hmm.
yeah,
And he goes, that's 6 receipts right here. I can cut their throats in front of the gods if I want. Produce this receipt.
yeah.
They'll probably think.
They're all honest.
They aren't all.
Yeah, we do
No.
that too.
In fact, none of them are all. If anything, they've got 10. But they're just slaves. I mean, as you're walking around seeing slaves, you see all types of high race people that are slaves here.
Yeah.
They all are tall.
Hold on. Hold on. The deal here.
What's
Nerf from us.
Sit still. Now, I'll just take out a dagger and go. You see it so right into his throat and just falls face down onto the ground. And he goes,
I think we have something else to focus on first.
and he goes,
You entering them in the fighting pits today?
and he goes, if you want to fight,
Okay, so
if you want to fight my men afterwards,
that's because we're not.
I'm fine with that.
We're not going to try with
If you don't want to fight, don't waste my time. I'll go tell my
Yeah.
employer you were too busy.
Do his slaves have any weapons?
It looks like an option.
Yeah, they all do.
One of us becomes a dealer at the end.
They just have small short
Let's try to game it that way, but I see approach both players.
You'll fight them.
It seemed like
I'm not going to fight them. Are you going to?
I mean, I want to, but what if you need help later?
That's true.
I mean,
You also you get short rest in between any of these interactions, but you will not have a long rest.
Yes.
Fine, fine.
Fight them?
Yeah, fine.
I'll walk the group.
Only 5 dudes now.
One just got murdered.
Great. So these are all wood crates. They're passing in the directions of the arrows. I'm gonna roll a d6 at every beginning of every turn, and that's where they'll move. If you're standing in the way of where they moved, then you're gonna get hit. You can also push people in the way. So I'll roll a d6. That's 1 is there, 2 is there to there, 3 is there to there, 4, 5, and 6. Place yourself wherever you want.
No, it's just we grab a random mini.
Oh no.
Oh, you have your menu now?
Not yet.
Not yet.
This is my temporary. I'm working on it.
You can have mine.
What?
You can do mine.
We're gonna need that. And then you can roll for initiative.
make it a
Refive.
So we're placing ourselves on the crates.
No,
In
anywhere except the
between.
crates. You could place yourself in like here where you're not going to get hit by a swinging thing if you want. That would probably be smarter. The last place you want to be when it swings in here is in its path.
I see.
You could push people.
Well, that's the elite game schedule. So the other games could be anything. So maybe we might not be able to choose what table we want to go to.
Okay, give me a roll for initiative.
So if we put on the odds, so the general already going to be
Okay.
Is that right?
Will you hand me the board there?
We got to make it up there so we can better its odds.
Do you want my help?
You're asking if he wants help now. You will have your roll initiative. You can step in at any point.
Okay.
Roger.
Honestly, I think what we could do is one of us is a dealer, another is a player, and you make sure
Okay.
he's a table we're at,
15 and above.
and we pretty much be the player acts as like a good luck charm in a way,
10 to 15.
right?
14.
Like what's that one game where you just roll the dice?
Irish dice.
And then what'd you get?
No, we play a pretty popular game. You roll it. No.
You got cashes. So go ahead and give me a roll.
It's the one that you keep the line.
He got a plus.
So where you like you roll 2 dice. Craps, yeah. It'd be kind of like that, where
Pull up his thing.
like one of the
There's a whole
players
other chat for him.
is just a good luck charm.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. And I gotta get him to believe that. Yeah,
21.
stuff like that.
What's played one?
21 for cashes.
Oh,
Got
he's
plus
wide.
4.
He's wide enough.
How would you think I rolled out for me?
Okay. You should have. I have a +4. Yeah, so how do you get to select it as
Great. I'm gonna go get a coin.
This is merely just to soften us up before we actually fire.
Just gonna keep all of them right here.
Keep pushing it. What's so funny?
Nicole's speaking to the ship in Spanish. I learned Spanish. That's just kind of funny.
Oh, companion.
No, you start with it, Altman, because you were first, and then you will decide.
Oh, I will decide what Outland does, or
Oh, you will decide what
You will decide what Otwin does, yeah.
You're learning. You decide what I do.
Boomba is Boomba. Aatrox is Aatrox.
Dude, the other group got the riddle so fast. They got it immediately.
yeah, because they have Stephanie.
yeah.
Stephanie
And
didn't get
Mitchell.
it.
Yeah, that seems like it's pretty
I don't think Mitchell got it either.
Abram?
I think Abram. I rewatched the game tape. I'm pretty sure. Okay. Great. What are we doing with Cassius? And you might as well roll your d20 first.
Yeah.
Because if you fail, then you don't need to decide. Okay, cool.
I failed.
Guard 1. We'll go 25 right around the corner. Come up and try to stab you in the back.
Which make his luck.
And that'll be 17.
Hits.
Oh, we're gonna take 8 piercing damage with your blade, and some of the workers like look, and then they know well enough not to watch. They're just like doing their own thing as you fight around them. So it's kind of awkward.
It's super awkward because I haven't raged yet.
Like one of us.
These are
tries
these
to
are
become
slaves.
the good luck guy.
Oh,
And
they're just working.
having the other person reject us.
Yeah.
In a way.
No,
Um,
there's filler. Guard
like,
2.
one of us is like
Like his
his friend,
attack.
big luck charm. The other guy is like his enemy.
Oh,
Where?
We could,
well, from
like trying to mess him up and
there.
Okay, I'll expect there's nobody else around me.
And that is a 21 to hit.
what's what I do?
I roll max damage again. Another 8. Wow, how
You
crazy is
chose
that?
this
Uh-huh.
angle.
Having a super good time.
Altman, your turn. How much health are you down to?
Okay. We also-
16 remaining?
No, I'm counting up.
Bard.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
So you have to that's a weird way to do it. Okay. I've never seen that
So
before.
you just add whatever damage you do each time.
Sure.
And once I get to 49, I'm low, and just
You're never looking at how much you have remaining. That's so interesting. Unless you just do the math.
glass half full.
Until the glass tips.
And then it's an existential crisis.
Yeah.
What?
Okay. Alvin.
Shadows? Yeah.
But you can put yourself on the map if you want. Oh, and I got a mini for the Lancaster.
Well, you don't have to put yourself in the fight, buddy.
Hmm?
We need you for the big fight later.
I know, that's why I'm
There's
not doing
Lancaster
anything.
standing right next to you.
Gonna do anything with casting?
I mean, we could have.
Oh, yeah.
Should have rolled
Well,
higher.
no,
He'll miss.
Aatrox,
Aatrox, your turn.
I'm going to rage.
Alright.
There's only gonna be one prize for that.
And I'm going to grow a tail.
Yeah, just Evan Tuttle.
That's a good idea.
Um, pushing is action or bonus?
That is a main action.
Main action.
Shove.
Yes.
But these guys will not have movement until their next turn.
But that means one of us would then be the dealer.
I want to shove this dude into 5.
Yeah.
Okay, it'll be strength or it'll be contest. He can use acrobatics or athletics. If he's just gonna roll
I got a strength.
you do. You use athletics. He has.
Oh, I use athletics.
Oh.
Oh, that's not good. For you.
Oh yeah, and he'll go prone
Maybe.
for a crit fail.
I assume most of these people are college people. So I could use this guy myself.
And with my bonus action.
If I roll 5 right on this d6.
That's what I'm hoping for. I'm gonna stay right there.
Okay.
Rush a slave.
Yasmin.
He's going to attempt to grapple you, so you get to use athletics or acrobatics.
What about with my tail? Grown. Is that gonna do anything
If you
for
want to
it?
use your reaction, allow it, but that adds to your AC normally.
Yeah.
You can only
So
use it
it's
once.
okay.
Yeah.
So
He is +1, 11.
no, it's a strength. You said.
Athletics or
Athletics?
acrobatics.
Where's Yasmin?
You get to choose.
Oh, we'll do athletics.
All right.
So, possibly
20. Dirty
Okay.
20.
He will fail to push you and end his turn. This guy will go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Is that there's not a thing there? 25. Okay, I'm officially invoking flanking. Probably
fake information about
fully surrounded.
Yasmin.
17.
You could say
And I'm gonna use my tail.
Okay.
Hey, this how Yasmin.
That's gonna raise me to a 19.
Okay, great. And does that last just for the hit?
You know.
I think so. Yeah, because
Okay,
it's a
not that
reaction for one hit that
Yeah.
you use your tail to deflect it.
Does it last for the remainder of your turn?
I don't think so.
Just the one hit.
It's
I think
because it's a reaction for everyone around you, so you can only
Do you
make
want
it
to
once.
just grab
Tasha's.
grab Tasha's and double check? I think we've done this before, but
We have. But I'm pretty sure
yeah.
it's just a one-time reaction thing. Otherwise, it'd be way too strong.
Yeah. Okay, here come crates. Okay, I want a 5 so bad. That it was ching, 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 and it'll pass right there.
Okay, so is this brown crate now?
No, it's just moving wood piles.
Okay.
So
Think of these as like
reports.
big openings that are passing things
exactly.
into them. Okay,
Yeah.
I got you.
Okay.
Actually, no,
A way to sort out
back to companion.
play
Coin's yours.
To have reports sent to the advisor.
You can go ahead and roll
Coin is
your
what?
companion
page.
check, and he's got a plus.
Plus
So
4.
one thing I can do is I can cast minor illusion.
It'll be a
Can't do anything.
Casting.
Coin goes back. Guard 1 attacks.
Spellcasters are doing it. Meaning more complaints would be sent to the advisor.
Well, I critted. So that's going to hit. It's going to automatically.
I'm not gonna use my tail for that either.
+5, which is 13.
I
Slashing
am
half.
raging,
So you'll have.
so
But
13 half,
mine,
6.
I think
Yeah. And then Lancaster
you
is
go.
gonna out loud say this
Did
off
you-
one, so
did
you can hear him writing it. Doesn't have He's gonna go. What's your name?
Keep cooking.
Hot one.
Yes. How do we spell that? And as he hits the I, he just. Okay.
It doesn't really say.
Great.
I think it's just reaction
I
for
think
one
it's- yeah,
attack
I think
each time.
The tail. We read it.
Okay.
You grow a lashy spiny tail which deals 1d8 piercing damage on a hit and has a reach property. If a creature you can see within 10 feet of you hits you with an attack roll, you can use your reaction to swipe your tail and roll a d8, applying the bonus to your AC equal to the number rolled, potentially
I'm
causing the
assuming
attack to
he's gonna
miss.
do
It's just the attack.
Yeah, it's
Okay,
just the
great.
one.
All right, now we don't need to look that up again.
Yes. We've done it 3 times. I think we're good.
What's the fun to do the rest of the campaign? Okay.
This tail, let me look it up.
Okay. I believe it was guard 2 now.
Yes. But I get it for each guard.
You will miss.
Okay.
No, you only get 1 reaction your whole turn.
Oh, yeah.
It's not great for 5-on-1, so.
No, probably not.
Okay, Otwin, your turn.
Not yet. No, I'm just gonna look and be like, not yet.
Ales flip around. Anything?
No.
Okay. Guard
Still not
3.
even half yet. Don't worry.
This
Close, but
guard 3 is gonna try to grapple you. So same check.
Ooh.
16 plus 1.
Nice.
24.
You just feel somehow getting inches off.
You
And
haven't hit any of them yet?
No, I just shoved one. Hoping that the box is
8
gone.
drops.
We are gonna. Oh,
In a circle.
I don't have cleave attack. I don't think. Isn't that that's a special feat? I'm pretty sure. That's gonna be a 13.
That'll hit.
Yeah. Okay. We're doing 1d12.
Which one? Super clear.
This one right in front of me.
Emerald might be able to help with that woman.
It's gonna be 11 damage.
Jeez. Okay. He'll die.
I just gotta laugh.
And you see as he dies, he almost looks happy as he goes down. He's dead.
Bloodlust is kind of setting in a little bit.
That'll get a bunch of people to like look over as they're working and be like, "Oh my god!" Guards 4 and 5 will attack with advantage still. 30-20 and a 13. 13
13 doesn't hit. I can still try and deflect the
because
dirty 20.
Your turn
Yep.
happens, you get
to
your
have my
back.
reaction.
Totally.
I have to roll high here.
Right.
You do.
So I
The
block
last
one.
second, companion.
So I block like one here, and my tail just comes up. I know it's me.
13? That doesn't pass.
No. Okay. Guard 1 will attack with advantage. And get double 11s. Guard 2 is gonna miss as well.
Hell yeah.
Now it'll be Altman, your turn. And go ahead and erase guard 3.
Not my turn.
How's it your turn?
No, I said it is my turn.
It is your turn.
We've already established this. Otwin decides what Otwin does.
I do nothing.
Great. Aatrox.
It looks like he's got a handle on it.
We're gonna attack again. I'm just gonna kind of turn to this guy here.
One by one.
Natural 20.
Oh, baby boy.
So that's automatic
12.
full
Automatic
12 damage plus
Plus your
another plus my strength. So that's
and rage.
17 plus 3. That's 20 damage.
Before you roll
Yeah.
your d12.
Yeah.
Just roll it too. I just want to see what we got here. You deal 32 damage.
One here.
One of the as a level 4 character. How do you do this? How are you killing this man? See, I'm gonna award cleave on that. Killing you. You do it. Too. That's awesome. So yeah.
We're gonna take the hilt
Uh-huh.
of the weapon and just kind of hit both knees down, and then just take the heads completely off as we cleave,
Oh God. Okay.
and just kind of kick the bodies
He
over.
does not need help.
So these two are dead.
And then you'll see Lancaster go.
I don't know how we're gonna
And
be
just
able
kind of like
to game
scribbling on his notes as he looks up and down.
Ryan, I would like to add a little bit of a flair here that you might understand. You see a
luck.
tint of orange start to hint my eyes a little bit
Oh,
from rage.
okay. I like that. One of them will whisper,
Definitely.
"Heart of Cobblecopper," as he sees that, and he's like grinning, and he kind of wants to be next. Take out guard 4 and take out guard 2,
Advisors pick players, not
and guard 5 will now run up.
not dealers. The wheel would
I still don't have my tail yet, right?
You still have not.
No, yeah,
you
because
still
we
it's
missed it, but we haven't gone back through
right.
anyway, so I don't have it yet.
Yeah, because you just
Sorry,
it's
this was
just
your
your turn.
Oh yeah, I do.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
And they do not have flanking anymore, so now I'm not rolling with advantage. Don't need it. 21 to hit, and that'll be 7 damage.
Well, I have my tail. So did he hit?
Well, 21. 21. Yeah.
I do technically still
Okay.
have a chance
Yeah,
to
good
beat
point.
that. And I meet 21.
So meets it, beats it. So he will hit, deal 7
Okay.
damage.
I knew meets it, beats it. I didn't know if it went in the favor of player or
No,
whoever
it's
rolls it.
you guys. Um,
I took a look at what he's writing.
Perception check.
How much damage?
that was 7. About half to 3.
Half to 3.
6.
6.
And then when
You will write.
so then if I was the break,
You will just see a sentence before he'll kind of
I could get
do that.
I can make sure
And
that
he
you
says,
become the elite dealer.
a champion worthy of your
And
own
what you do as the elite
is what he's writing to
is-
whoever his employer is.
essentially make sure.
And now it'll be crates. I don't think anyone's in any real danger. 3, no. It would hit that guy's
Okay, so
body.
then maybe
Just the head. Rolling along. Okay.
Sorry, no ears on that one, bud.
Oh, companion. Go ahead and roll for the
Like-
companion.
and we work with Emerald to make sure you be
14 doesn't mean that's so close.
Aatrox, your turn.
We're just gonna swing on dudes again.
Okay.
Was this the guy that was like, yes,
Yeah.
yeah, okay,
Yeah, he said Heart of Cobblecopper.
I'll go for it.
That also means that you're not advisor. So
24.
You're going
24 will hit.
to actually get to the elite team on your own.
Oh wait, that's a 19. That's a critical.
Because of.
Crit on 19.
You know what I
Oh, yeah. So, those are, since they're natural 20s, they're not natural 20s. You do roll double dice.
Okay.
It's not automatic.
So here's
Nice. Good.
the first
good job.
D12. 3. And then I add my damage modifiers after
Once.
both dice.
But you add it only once. Yes.
So I'll do it after both
Yeah.
dice.
So,
Emerald becomes
3 and 5, that's
Four.
8. Plus 6
Also, let me
is
find out-
14.
that'll kill him. His arms will go flying. Kind of falls back down. And that is guard 5, so take him away. Crate will run by, doesn't matter. Got 4. This guy, he sees his only chances
Is Dustin even looking?
to grapple you, and he sees the crate go by right behind him, so he's gonna try to grapple you. Now, brother, that's a 16. We got this in the bag.
Athletics check. Oh, that's a 13.
He's gonna grapple you and walk to here and just turn you towards the crate. Just kind of hold you up. And he goes, wait, wait, go. And he'll just say, which right land are you going to? Essentially asking what god do you serve, which heaven do you want to go to?
I'm gonna look at him. See my turn. What is it?
No, you can say something. You can say something. What do you want to say? It's
I'd be
your
like,
turn.
only one of us is going to the right lands today, my friend.
Okay, that will now be Altman. Anything? Aatrox, your turn. You
I'm
can
gonna-
grapple, so you can't move.
I'm gonna try and break the grapple.
That
if I
would be an
can.
action. Okay.
Yeah, she's a guard.
Oh, 7.
And this is athletics.
Uh-huh.
Another 2?
15.
Okay. You break the grapple. You can now use your movement if you wish.
Well, that,
I'm
that-
going to
that-
go 5,
He's
10.
going to swing.
I need to come in.
That's a 21. I'm assuming this is about to happen with your tail.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh no, I'm.
Thinking,
Okay, so hit on your way out with
we could
6
use
slashing damage.
Yasmin,
3.
Yasmin's name, because Yasmin They're together, right? Yeah, damage is huge.
It's so huge.
So I did 5'10". Is it gonna be movement speed to get over this crate?
Yeah, you can do that.
So what do you say?
20.
Some reason
It'll be 20 on the other side of it.
20,
Yeah.
25, 30.
Okay.
That's my movement, and then I'm just gonna kind of look at him and be like,
I don't know what.
He starts taking a
that-
step. Oh, it didn't. It wasn't that one. It was such a cool ending. And he'll go right up to you. And if 15 to hit,
nope.
that is going to just like he's
Yeah,
just getting
'cause Jan-
over greedy
Jan's
now,
wrong,
over swinging, and it's your turn to drop.
No, we're just gonna turn and swing on him.
That could be an avenue to
17 to
That'll
hit.
hit.
what?
1d12.
Ouch.
That'll be
Okay.
8 damage.
He's still alive.
He's gonna do 40 at that time.
He's going for the grapple again. So an 18.
Could say something like, "Hey, what help with you, right?"
Grabbing you,
Seems to
can you to 3. Okay, your turn, Aatrox. You guys have to get out.
Yes, we're gonna attempt to get out.
Okay, 16. Oh my god.
22.
You're out.
the hours.
It's gonna swing on me. 5'10". Go ahead and swing.
When the
17.
That'll hit.
oh, Mr. Tail.
Unless you use your tail.
Would
Yeah. I forgot. Next time, don't remind me and just let it happen. Because that's the best way to let me learn. I'm just gonna win.
Okay, you won't get hit.
advisors?
And then
Yeah.
we'll just say 20 on the other side again.
Yep.
And then 25, and we'll turn around and just come on.
Okay.
Table that has on 400 bucks.
Sprinting up to you, you know exactly what he's about to do.
Grapple with him.
Yeah, that's a 7.
You'll
break out of it.
And we're gonna swing. It's my turn.
Yeah,
We're
Let's
gonna swing.
say, like, hey,
That'll
man,
be 17 to hit, and
This
we
time-
do 1d12.
this
Way over here.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be 16
Right,
extra damage there.
He just comes in, over swings, just right onto the
Say, hey,
to your blade.
hey, so, you know,
He's kind of slumped over you, just grabs your shoulder.
Small.
And you realize in his dying moments, you don't think he ever
And then
hated
he goes into the
you.
mop pocket.
You just fall
I'd
I'd like to
like
just like
this guy
caress the
self-
side of his
okay.
face as he falls.
Okay, so
Let him down gently.
that's nice. Um,
Right.
and then Lancaster will go, well done. And he goes, make sure you pick this up and you don't pick it up because you deserve it more. He goes, and I should let you know I'm going to be wanting it.
I mean,
And then he turns his gun into his chest
I
and
think
just
so.
fires. And there's
And
this
if I-
explosion
no.
of magical. I mean,
Flowers.
the same throw.
So something has definitely happened. You're
Standing
freaking-
right next to it. Take that.
Um,
Oh my god.
so yeah, get it. And we can use them.
Well, psychic damage plus what I roll right here.
to ask
Just
what-
5 more. 17.
And I don't really.
Just like. It hit the ground. It's over.
Yeah.
You guys got long. You got short rests. You got short rests.
Oh my god, that's so
It's just a right next to him.
I think he took as much damage as I did the whole time I was fighting. While he's,
He throws. No DCs. Only saving throws.
while he's picking himself up off the ground, I'm gonna go over there and grab that weapon.
Okay. Damn. Helped him up. Decided not
Have
to.
emerald.
I took the weapon up.
Seem like, hey,
Now's when someone give it to you.
So hang out for a little bit. See,
Well, I could use a short rest as well. I took a lot of damage.
Okay. This is a plus. It does require you to
and
have
that.
Yeah.
Okay.
anything.
Staff moving.
What is it called again?
It is called a Zing Flinger. ZING space Flinger.
Force taming. Whoa.
It's +1. So it's +1 weapon. 2d20 force damage. Have the Setzi's Gamble feat. If you roll 17 through 20 on either of the damage dice, then you are affected by the luck drain feature. If you roll a 20 instead of the damage rolled, you mimic the effects of the disintegrate spell.
Whoa.
Yes.
Using force damage instead. The disintegrate spell, I think, is 8d6 plus
I knew that here.
It's what Ragnarok
And
almost
just
got
make
hit
sure-
by.
1 HP left.
Yeah,
That was
my little robot that I had saved my life.
um. However, if you get in between the 17 and 20, including that 20 that's broken, you get the luckless feat. The number needed to roll a critical fail for your character extends one more additional digit above its current. So you would all crit fail.
There's a small little.
And does it stop it too, or could it go up to
It's already
three?
has some three.
Every time you roll?
Eat at
In
the
all bullets,
near to lead.
2 Zyre bullets.
So that would probably.
That's the magic or the crystal. So you only have 2 shots. But
Or there's.
Is there a way to find more?
yes,
House
eventually.
or.
People
We
can have more.
use.
They're pretty rare.
Oh, you already sent that in.
Yeah,
the-
so-
Yeah, and just to let you know how this gun works, you pop this thing down, it kicks open this little circular capsule, and then you side load a Zyre, which is
Crystal.
essentially Zyre crystal into the side, flip it down, flip this kind of.
It's one shot per crystal.
Did you make that?
I made that. Sure.
Let's go.
It's-
Oh, boy.
Maybe that helps you.
My barbarian's never shot a gun before. He's so
And then Lancaster's just laying on the ground, massive hole. Just a massive hole, and it's just like brimming with weird magic. And as the smoke rises, it looks
Yeah,
like
if you even know it's
dragon
saying
with wyverns flying
kind of thing.
and just disappearing into the ether.
And we got to time it right.
I'm gonna look at Otwin and be like,
the break all
I'm chilling.
from
While you turn around, Teps
Yeah,
are
right
all the weapons.
I will show up those rocks.
As Teps just kind of like
Make sure
some just kind of like came in, picked them up.
and then leaves. And Rami will come back disappointed.
Okay.
Um,
And then
He
hopefully
dropped his
you'll find
belongings. What happened to his little notebook?
He put it on the gun when he
out if he does. Why?
okay.
That was interesting.
Well, yeah.
I was right on my spellcasters.
that's the orange starts to fade from the corners of my eyes.
I love it. Okay.
We would like to just wander around for an hour.
Okay. That's fair.
What is that?
You can take a break.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I really hope I can just stand there and not.
While you're in here, just let you know there's a block. There's a plate block. You can buy Tifas for 55,000 shirts if you wish.
I'm too broke for that, and I wouldn't.
I think it. Not even to free them?
And this would be what time would this be?
I'm still too.
Okay. About an hour later, you hear somebody go. You hear like a loud crash, and then you'll hear somebody go, "Oh, that's probably why they call you Stalin, huh?" And then just keep going.
I would
I
like,
walk over there.
Okay. I was waiting for Snow.
like to go see that. Let me go see
There's
Thud.
this guy
what?
standing, just going.
Let me
Yeah.
go see Thud, Otwin.
Okay.
I would first like to go to the bar and purchase 2 of the
There
largest
There
pitchers.
are no bars in Slave Town.
Shit.
Sorry.
Slaves don't get luxury.
There is a
Second
Munati
special
section
course.
where the owners can go. If you'd like to go over there, maybe get a drink there and bring it in, but don't get caught giving a beer to one of them. But give it a shot if you want. He's just looking.
Is he eating? Is he eating food? Does he look hungry?
He does look a little hungry. Yeah,
Could I buy him a plate of food?
yeah. They just have dried jerky.
All dealers decide which to intend to loop out. What is the break guard rules? Where it says about
Uh,
Would the soul shade stick to the jerky?
dealing wheel.
It could. You also
Even
you know
if
that
it's-
at least Cassius says he's addicted, so you could just be like,
Same.
"You want to go take it?" And he might just do. He has an addiction essentially.
I'm gonna get some jerky.
Okay.
To break the ice.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. He just goes. Oh.
I'm gonna walk up and sit next to him. Hey, big guy.
Oh.
You must be Thud the Indomitable.
So this would happen
I'm hungry.
This would happen.
Slide him a couple of pieces of
And
jerky.
He just like if you're looking at the staff schedule, this would happen at number
Right.
6.
Heard you're a pretty great fighter.
And like as he fills the air around it,
is when we need to have wrong.
But how close are we to fight time with Otwing?
So
I mean, probably I don't know, an hour or so.
If you dose him correctly.
Yeah. Just, I'll show you. You know when to dose him. Now is the perfect.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I'm gonna kind of open my trench coat here a little bit, and the soul shade's just gonna kind of be sitting right here in a little thing. I'm just gonna tap it. Just
It's a trick.
sneaky fun.
no, I admire you.
Okay, I'll trust you.
Okay.
Let's go, buddy.
Okay, you go like around the corner to like a little more of a secluded area, and you're gonna pull out the soul shade. Yeah, and he goes, huh.
It's all yours.
And he takes it. He's about to pop, and he goes, "Uh,
Yeah.
I remember something. I never take soul shade without somebody taking it with me."
Dip my pinky in the bag a little bit and just kind of.
Yeah.
That was a lot. A little bit.
I'm not going to become a body
And it's a
until he.
You need to give show Constitution 3 bro.
Not.
I have a
I'm
high
gonna-
constitution.
no, I'm gonna try anything.
DC 20.
Hang around.
Fail.
Yeah. What's wrong with these? That one.
Oh,
Alright.
Okay. I think it's a placebo.
Upon taking the soul
Anything else
shade,
you
You're going on a
before we
rip.
started?
you feel an exhilarating rush of lightning that feels like it is struck directly into your veins.
hell yeah.
The edges of your vision begin to blur and
Yeah.
colors begin to bleed into one another,
Let's look at
transforming the mundane world into a canvas of swirling hues. At
Yeah.
first, it's intoxication, a wash of euphoria where every sensation is heightened to the point of bliss.
There's a main vault.
The shackles of the dull
There's a main
painted
vault.
siding of the buildings around you seem to hum with music. The air shimmers
So
with the
there could
laughter
be
of the
something
unseen
going on
spirits, and even the dirt beneath your feet pulses with life. Its rich earthiness an anchor to the surreal beauty unfolding before them. But as the soul shade deepens, your constitution just completely fails you. Your adventure that you are on, the feeling of loss of control begins to spin in your soul. The sky splits open, revealing a swirling vortex of stars and cosmic energy. A face emerges from this weird green blurge in the sky, as if the right lands themselves have folded inwards. Gravity becomes fickle and meaningless. Stones lift from the ground, stacking together in the air. As the drug's effects peak, the adventure you are on it casts into a realm where time is futile. Magic swells is the only currency your perceptions respect.
Oh yeah.
Magic seems to
Not
notice
bad.
you noticing it for the first time. You begin to weep in hopes that it accepts you.
Yeah, they make
Gives you
good-
answers
they
to the
make good
knowledge
campaigns.
it's birthed on. The face of those around you begin to decay as a wind comes through and peels the skin from their bones.
Mhm.
Though they still walk around zombified, staring at you as if you're the odd one.
Mhm.
Is this the knowledge? Is this the knowledge that the skies are trying to give you? Or is this the rejection and the punishment? Like a pendulum swinging between extremes of existence, you start to thrum with ecstasy, consumed and drowning like you in bliss. Your grip on vitality begins to slip. You give in willingly. What a way to die. If only you could die a million times more. You wake up face down in the dirt. It's like some of the effects, most of them worn off, yet you rise to your feet, kind of swaying. You'll take 2d12 psychic damage. And
You want me to roll the d12s?
yeah, go for it. You will have be 18 psychic damage. You need to make a charisma saving throw or else become addicted to soul shade.
Oh, I don't know the DC either, do I?
I'll tell you, 21.
There's no way I can hit this.
Critical failure always wins. Or critical success. No. You are now going through soul shade withdrawals.
Yay.
Your max HP lowers by 5. You have disadvantage on all charisma skills and cannot cast cantrips, which I mean you got before. This can be negated with a lesser restoration or a DC 17 medical check. On fail the medicine check, you lower your max HP by another 5. After each long rest, your max HP will raise by 1 until the effect disappears entirely.
Okay, so I will go back up to
After
my
5 days.
full health.
Yeah,
Okay.
and that, but for 5 days, that
I want to put my total like in the corner somewhere so I don't forget what it was.
it's gonna be level enough. As you kind of wake up and sway back and forth, you have a note in your hand that you did not. This you think was gifted to you by that face in the sky.
I would like to open it.
Okay, and somebody's rubbing your back. And you look back and Thug's right there. Wow, that hit you hard.
Yeah, that's good shit. We should do some more.
And he goes, very hard. And he goes, I have a fight, so I can't do it anymore. But you will have what appears to be, and as soon as you look down at this note, you hear that same breath. It seems to be another entry.
The breath I heard on the ship?
Yep.
From the scroll?
Yep.
Okay.
This seems to be another entry of that scroll.
To take more.
No, negative damage.
Scroll blasted with something damage.
This is what it reads. You can read it out loud just to give it a little life, so we're not sitting here awkwardly.
The text speak of a whole binding ritual in order to form a phylactery. It is crude, dark magic, but I've adapted it to be less malicious. At least that was the intent. I used a small animal for the trial, an injured bird. The binding was successful. I felt a tinge of guilt, but it was fleeting.
No.
It's just a bird. Daku's phylactery houses the souls of the innocent. If I am to destroy such evil, I must understand the process deeply. There is no suffering in the bird. Surprisingly, it was peaceful. Now I know how a soul can be consumed. Without a fully fledged phylactery or a vessel to channel, the soul was rogue, hard to contain. Stung and lingered like a hollow spice, but I found myself brimming with some unexplainable feeling.
I am going. Clearly, you guys can tell now you are going to be getting more of these. So I will create journal entries where I just posted the first one, and now here.
Okay, I just sent you all that. I'm gonna go over the bathroom and be back in a bit, but read through
Okay,
that.
so we have entry 1 and entry 10. We're missing 2 through.
Eric, any questions? You guys been okay?
They were good.
I think we're all set. It happened over here.
Are most of the workers
done.
most of the workers dwarfologies?
I've been meaning to talk to you about that. Oh, sorry. What?
Are most of the workers dwarfology?
Or almonds, or almonds. Yeah.
Okay.
I think the names in there can give you some credence. Robbie.
Rami?
Rami is probably a Holland shoe.
Okay. That's very good.
Or Rami.
Rami Abbas, I think.
Yeah, that's probably the Holland shoe. Oh, and then some of them might be Axelings, the ones that aren't actually slaves.
I think the only one is Rami because the only one that we care about is Rami.
Okay. I need to go over that again. I completely forgot what the whole thing is on that, but
If he's not a dwarf.
okay. I just jumped into Griffin can listen to us.
Oh, no worries. I'm just reading Eric and I's plan.
Cool. I'm hoping that's fun to you guys. I feel like you guys are the right people to be able to dissect that thing and figure it out.
You're welcome for the investigation roll.
Nice. Great. Great.
I just killed 5 more dudes.
Nice. You have a running total. You should do that. You should have a page.
Page of like
Right now.
tallies.
Yeah, that'd be interesting.
Good.
Oh, winner, I don't know, buys the other person a case of beer at the end of the campaign. Right.
I only kill one type.
What?
I only kill one type.
Oh, yeah. Great.
So I got like what, 2 or 3 in the prison probably.
Oh, at least, yeah.
Yeah.
At least. I'm so glad you failed. I think you failed on that.
That was so bad.
Now you're ridiculous. Also, I will let you know, you can completely negate the withdrawals by just taking a hit.
Oh.
You just let it know.
You just have to keep some
gotta
on
say,
me.
yeah. You just gotta keep the high going, bro.
Keep the high.
All right, well, you two, I guess we'll just continue on. And you guys are gonna go to the fight. All right, you will find you can take all our minis off. Eric, how much longer do you guys have until you think you're ready to start? Good right now.
I'm gonna talk to Emerald.
Okay, maybe we'll interject and do their conversation with Emerald.
Oh, boy.
Awesome. You guys are going to not even
On the call.
Yeah, Griffin, you're here, right?
I am.
Okay, I don't think you're gonna be allowed into the section of the city.
Maybe this is when he was doing his trance.
Okay.
I can do my trance, my 4-hour rest.
Okay,
interval.
okay.
Take
Great. All right, Eric, you'll head to Menotti Town. You are let in without a problem because of your stature, so no questions asked. And some guy's he's just sitting there and he's just going, do you speak Hology?
No.
No. He'll be shouting in Hology.
At me or just
Just at anyone. And he'll go up to a guy and ask him something in Hology, go up to you, ask you something in Hology. And then he goes, standard? And he goes, I could tell with scales, yes?
Yeah.
So you speak standard. And he goes, huh?
I do?
And he goes, I broke standard.
Okay.
I broke it? That's say right?
No.
How to?
Understand.
Never. You want to make 5,000 troops?
Yes.
Good. Go get me my nice.
What is that?
Oh, sorry. It slip in and out sometimes. Oh. He says, it's all. Tifa Kala. Tifa Kala. Trained man.
Slave.
That is standard word?
Yes.
How you say slave?
Yeah.
Yes.
You want one or yours?
No. He need beating. Beat down hard. Go to Tifa Town. Do it. Either bring me head, bring me body alive. I pay you 5,000 troops.
For any of them?
No, my slaver. I don't know. Can I do this on YouTube? Can I just say slave 40,000 times? Okay, cool. And he goes, this is his designation. He knows the word designation apparently.
Right.
Okay. It's just what sticks, you know. And it's 3EE3. That's the slave's designation in Tifa Town.
I'm actually too busy.
Yes. Antaja. Yes. And then he's gonna run off and shout at somebody else.
Okay.
Great. You can go.
I'm gonna go find Emerald at house 551.
Great. You will knock on the door, and a video will open.
Show me.
She look like a freak, bruh. She's pimped. Oh shit! I don't want to send it there. She's probably pimped out to the nines. She is almond, but she's Axeling, but she seems that she is of like a slight half orc. Somebody in the line of her ancestry got a little rowdy.
Excellent half work.
Orc.
Okay.
And she will answer the door. What? Okay. She will answer the door. And she goes, yeah.
Oh wait. Has she been told by anyone that I know? Okay.
Okay.
Emerald?
And she goes, Sens?
I heard that we might be looking to smart a line for the games later today.
And she goes, I don't get paid off. And she starts closing the door.
She doesn't get what?
Paid off.
I'm not looking for any of that. I would like to discuss something with you. What if I could get you to the elite table tonight?
And she goes, I guess I'd get a little bit more money at the end of the night, but I'm not interested in getting a little bit more. Sure.
What are you interested in?
And she goes, something you can't offer.
What's that?
She goes, what am I supposed to tell my life story to the first?
I'm a man of many talents. Me and my acquaintances, you know,
She goes, everybody got acquaintances. Who are you? What are you doing here? What am I doing?
I'm working with some members, and your name came up. That you might be able to help out for something going on tonight.
What's going on tonight?
Me and
Your associates.
yes, one other member. We will be infiltrating the Benefactors.
Oh, God save you. You realize we could be killed for even having this conversation. How do I know you're not a plant?
I don't know. How would you verify that?
Just, I quite frankly don't think that's my job. You're the one knocking on my door, but okay. I'll say this. Get in here. She opens the door.
Okay.
She closes it, and she says, "My brother has been deemed not a worthy yield when Amenhotep took over. So he's in this town, and she just looks out a window, and there's just the wall Tifa town, and she goes, that fucking wall keeps us apart. Simply because I know how to count a budget from a crow, and he didn't. Bullshit, I say. He was a hard fucking worker his whole life. If your associates care, we'll see. And you can show back up. But I'm not directly asking anything. She seems like she's trying to cover CYA, cover your ass, so she doesn't get, in trouble or anything if you are an informant.
Does that mean you'll help us tonight?
She goes, if I see my brother's face, we can talk.
Do you have his designation?
And she goes, fuck all that. I have his name. His name's Cobalt.
Okay. You want to see him here at your house?
And she goes, I'm not directly asking that.
Well, I'll be back.
We'll see.
Alright.
She's like kind of shaking as you leave. She just seems very nervous.
Yeah.
Okay. You meet back up with Skate?
Yeah.
Okay. Griffin, you there?
I am.
Great. Assuming that you relay to him.
You heard all that, Griffin?
I did.
Okay. So we got to get Cobalt to her sister's house. We could go back and go to that town the guy was handing out that offering 5,000 gold, and then we could do Cobalt instead, and then accidentally be like, oh, this is our wrong slave, kind of thing. Just to get him into because when he was asking for all that,
Yeah.
was he inside of Muladi town?
Yeah, he was.
Okay.
But he's being very loud about it, and people
Yeah.
were, well,
Do they even let slaves in?
normally
Even if they're
no.
chained up, or
Normally no. But I mean, you think if you went up and were like, that dude that's been screaming, like,
yeah.
everyone would know who he is.
Okay. Yeah, I think that might be the way to go.
Okay.
We go find Cobalt, bring him. Or first we got to go get get the designation page, and then we gotta just play dumb when we get up to him, be like, "Oh, this isn't your slave," and then from there we can get Cobalt hopefully over to Emerald's house.
Get that written.
Okay.
Okay. Going to Tea Town?
No, I'm gonna go back to Melody Town and get that designation. And then
3E3.
is it like a slip of paper that I need to grab? Or?
Number, you could go to anyone in any Munadi in. Did you figure it out?
Evil?
3E3.
Yeah.
Okay.
Look at the Discord.
And would I know how? Like, are they branded or like?
Uh,
Or like what is?
yeah, they probably would be branded. Right, Griffin? Yeah, that's yes.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe a little Zyre brand,
All right. I was.
so it lights up when you
I didn't
see
hear the
it.
very first part. I just heard they
In game chat?
Huh?
Is it in game?
I think so. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they'd probably be branded maybe with a little Zyre branding iron.
Yeah. There'd be some kind of identification system.
Okay.
Right above.
So let's go to Tifa Town. We got to find Cobalt.
Okay. You head to the doors to Tifa Town. You are now joining us. Escape?
Yeah.
Okay. You will arrive, and they will say they'll stop you, be directly talking at you, and they'll say, "Hollerju or Standard."
Standard.
What are you doing here?
I'm here on an objective from a friend up in Murati Town to collect his possessions.
And he says, "Who's this?"
My possession.
And he goes, "Do you have his designation?"
Yes. And then I will cast
Go back to him if you want.
I will subtle spell, cast minor illusion.
Okay.
On like where would they be branded? Like
Chief's lost.
neck or
Right back.
really?
Mm-hmm.
What do you say? She's lost. Nice.
I'll cast subtle spell, cast minor illusion.
Okay.
Meaning I don't do any somatic, but I still have to do the material, which is a bit of fleece.
Sure. Okay.
So yeah, maybe I'll like walk up, use the fleece like Skate's coat or something.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
As I'm pulling it down,
Great.
cast it, and it'll be like 4L E9 2.
Okay. He'll go. Don't have that in our records. We'll enter him, and then say, take him over to processing for a minute. We'll enter him. And then Skate will go to processing. Skate, as soon as they get there, they go, strip down.
I'll strip down.
Okay. And then they're gonna take your height. They're gonna look at your teeth, do a bunch of like invasive things, and then you'll be able to leave again. They'll ask you if you had a birth name. Are you gonna give them one?
I'm gonna say no. No, I don't have a birth name.
And they go, born into the system. That's how we like you. And then let you go back. And while you're there, before you enter, he goes, would you read this? And he pulls out a scroll. And it is Tongue of the Judge. You speak Tongue of the... You don't speak that? He's mainly talking to Thane now. And he goes, it's fine. Just sound out the words. And they're written in Indian. The sounding of them is the phonetic sound.
Okay.
You're just going to do it. You can give me a religion check to see what are you reading.
Yeah, am I like, is this like a pact with God or like, am I selling my soul? Religion check?
Yeah.
17.
Okay, you'll know that this is pretty standard in some places. Maybe the dynasty would do this, where maybe they wouldn't. I don't know. Maybe it's a few. But to enter into a state of secrecy under law, you can be bound by Otis, and you recite something that pretty much says like, "I understand the rules of the place I am going. If I break these rules, Otis can punish me." And one of the specific stipulations that is often in something like this is to promise that you aren't using any disguise magic and you let Otis scan you for disguise magic.
Okay. And would I be aware that this is like legit? Like, oh, it's actually doing all that?
You see a cleric in the corner that's like
Oh, okay.
a monk dude.
And if I do actually break those rules,
He could potentially smite you. It would depend on your standing with the gods.
Okay.
You read it?
Yeah.
Okay, no problem. You read it, and then as you say the words, it's almost like little hieroglyphs come off your breath, and then you'll enter in with your Tifa, and you'll just as you walk around, somebody goes, "No, I saw it. It was fucking crazy. The guy blew his own chest out." And then they see you walk up, and they just kind of go back to doing what they're doing. You walk up, and you see just a wake of destruction right here. Bodies are just on the ground, getting like pulled and dragged away. And then you'll hear like around a corner.
Okay.
Okay, you walk around the corner, and they're setting up for a pit fight.
Okay. I'm just looking for a half orc.
Okay, great. You can give me a perception check.
And Steve as well. He's here.
Do you want us both roll perception, or just have one roll with advantage?
You can roll for me if you have your dice with the skate.
I got 7.
Do. Perception,
14.
you say?
Yeah.
14.
Okay. Skaith will be looking, and he sees the frame of the half orc, which is pretty distinct with their broad shoulders. And you see another one, or you see like one, and then you see a second, and then you see the frame of somebody third, and frames line up. Then you realize that you're looking at your friend, who is also in the town. Although he's like leaned up against something, and
Does he have his mask on?
there's this man rubbing his back.
Oh yeah.
Rubbing your back?
Yeah. And he towers. He's one of the half orcs you see.
What do you mean rubbing?
Like that. And he's just going, patting it, and then you'll find Otwin in his disguise there as well.
Okay. What disguise? What I give you?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Trying to seduce me.
But he has a gun.
Oh, I do have a gun.
He is holding this zing flame.
It looks like it's going well for you too.
Something like that.
You can say that, I guess.
Well, me and Skate are here looking for a platform. If you happen to know of
Uh-huh.
Cobalt,
No, this is Thud.
do you know of a Cobalt?
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
And points to the only other one that's standing across.
Are you Cobalt?
He's further away.
Okay.
What?
I'll cast a message.
Oh, all right. And he looks. He's like,
It's from your sister. That's it.
I really thought you were gonna make that big voice.
he's just gonna start walking to a secluded location.
It's like, no.
He can. I think he can respond.
Oh,
Let me look.
yeah,
They can
Yeah,
reply.
it says what?
It says what?
What? Huh?
You Cobalt?
Yes.
Okay, I'll walk up to him now.
Okay. Oh, okay. He goes, "How you doing?" What's my sister's name?
What's he look like?
Oh, I'll show you what he looks like.
Yes. Emerald sent me.
And he goes, "She lives halfway across the world. You travel pretty far."
She's just
Little
up in your lodge
scaly.
now.
She goes, "No,
Yeah.
no. What? Why? What has she been sequestered for?"
I don't know why she's here. But
"She's here for me?"
she wants to talk to you. She wants to meet you.
Okay. Who do I gotta kill?
You don't gotta kill anyone.
All right.
But what you do have to do is pretend to be someone, a slave that I am. Sure.
And he goes, all right.
Okay. And I'm gonna be escorting you up to Melody Town.
That's where the killing starts.
There shouldn't be any killing. When we get through the gates of Melody Town, I will attempt to hand you off to a man. What did the guy look like?
Is this a hology?
A Hollow man.
Young.
Well, but he will quickly know that it is not. You were the wrong slave.
You think I'll get you?
And at that point, we could probably find a way for you to escape and make it to Emerald's house.
Let's do it. Yeah.
All right, let's go up.
Okay. Are you gonna stay for the pit fight?
No,
Okay.
No.
Okay.
really, yes.
Great.
I always enjoy getting there and
Well, we can end there. Seemed that was about 3 hours. Do your guys' journal